DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And a great Friday afternoon to you. We have arrived at the weekend. This is likely the last Friday night. In fact, it is the last Friday before we get to actual fall activities starting next week, because next Friday night will be the first Friday night of the high school football season. And then the following Friday after that will be our first Bear Down Friday of the year. Still don't know exactly what's happening with that in terms of if it's going to be back to normal or if they're still shortening it up like they did last year. There's 7 games. We have 7 home games this year, but it seems like they're front-loaded and back-loaded. So I don't know, like they kind of did them all in 1 month last year. They kind of did everything in October because I think we had like 3 October home games last year, but I don't think that's like exactly the case this year because the Wildcats play 3 times at home right off the bat. And then I think they have another one of those situations where they're gone between road games and bye weeks for almost an entire month in between home games at Arizona Stadium. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. We'll see if we can get you some more information on that next week to report on the status of Bear Down Friday. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number with the high school football season starting next week. That means there'll probably be scrimmages going on across southern Arizona tonight. If you're headed out to a football scrimmage tonight, I'd love to hear from you about your team and what you think they're going to be able to accomplish on the football field this season. Last night was football night in Arizona. Not football night in Arizona, but football night in Arizona. The season opener for your Arizona Wildcats. And one of the major talking points going into this season for Arizona soccer was whether or not they would have much offense because they graduated a lot of it from last year's team. Well, at least on night 1, that question was resoundingly answered.
Molly Ramirez getting it for UNLV. Now Aurora gains, shooting with the right, and it finds the back of the net. The opening goal for Arizona comes from Aurora Gaines, and the Cats are on top 1-0 on opening day.
I mean, what a way to start out her Wildcat career. Just 8 minutes plus into this game. A beautiful turn, cuts it across the grain, and just connects front post. Gets Federer off of her line. Beautiful placement from Gaines there.
A long shot here off the crossbar and into the back of the net. My goodness. Lily Boydstun with a big-time, long-range goal for the Wildcats. Arizona up 3-0. What a start for the Cats. Foltz has it, moves to her left, gets through the defense, and goes low for Arizona's 4th goal of the match. You knew it was coming from Narissa Foltz eventually. And there it is. It's all Arizona here in the first half at Mulcahy.
Getting in on the action, getting in on the goal scoring herself. I love this wall pass here with Sammy Baytosh. Opens up the midfield for her. I thought, oh no, Foltz, take a shot sooner, but she was right. She had a couple space to weave in, get a little closer to goal, beat the defenders, and just slaps it in on the ground.
The pass comes inside. Foltz is there. First touch is great. Across the goal, it'll hit off a Rebel defender and find the back of the net for Arizona's 5th goal of the match.
There you go. I mean, it was an absolute blowout for your Arizona Wildcats. Aurora Gaines, you heard, scored the first goal. She also scored the second goal for the University of Arizona. First game, transfer from Louisiana State LSU, and she gets the first 2 goals of the season for the Arizona Wildcats. 5-0, that last goal, an own goal counted for against the UNLV Rebels, but a great start to the season for Arizona, a 5-0 win over UNLV. And the voices on ESPN Plus of Brody Dryden, who we had on the show yesterday, and Mackenzie Hamilton, who we will have on the show later today as well, will join us. Mackenzie will rehash this game with her, as well as talk about the game coming up on Sunday against UC Irvine. Also, speaking of Aurora Gaines will join us later in this hour. The new transfer. We'll talk about how she ended up here in Tucson from LSU and originally from Georgia. Great start to the season.
Yeah, so what's not mentioned in those highlights, DK, is the fact that college is 90 minutes long, and all 5 of those goals took place in the first 21 minutes of the game. So it was 5-0 at the 21 minutes and 51 seconds was that 5th goal. So from the 22 mark on, and I understand they had some issues with lighting, some issues. They had a 30-minute weather delay, but amazing 5-0 start, as we've talked about quite a bit. With Nicole Dallin graduating, was responsible for a lot of the goal scoring last year. Where was that going to come from? Didn't seem like they needed too much goal scoring last night, DK. They had it coming from everywhere. Yeah, I mean, good to see again, because we weren't sure how that offense was going to come together. But actually, when you look at it, the transfers, and this is one of the things we talked about yesterday, how important it is when you can get these types of transfers from other major universities to SEC transfers. I mean, usually you're thinking about Arizona athletes transferring out to bigger schools. Now you're getting some of these recruits who, again, very good players going to top programs at maybe bigger soccer schools, but not being able to necessarily get on the field there, looking for that opportunity. Arizona is a place that can provide that opportunity under a coach like Becca Moros to get an Aurora Gaines, to get a Lily Boydstun on this roster, and both of those two players paying major dividends on night one. Shocking that no SEC team has ever won.
Yeah,
like that's not a conference. Like we in the 80s, DK it was Pac-10, 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 Pac-10. In the last 20, 25 years, you've heard a lot more Big 12 and SEC and ACC female programs come around. Obviously, the ACC is the one that's dominated women's college soccer for so long. North Carolina has 90% of the championships themselves. But, yeah, surprisingly, SEC has not had much success nationally with women's soccer.
There you go. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from the ladies after this one. Big win for the Wildcats. Again, first of many, first of 2 this weekend. UC Irvine will be here on a Sunday. That will be a 10:30 get-together over at Mulcahy Stadium, Murphy Field, where they had a few issues, unfortunately, last night. Lightning delayed the game for a little while, and then also there was the bank of lights that went out. And so they had to play largely, I think, like the last 7 minutes or so of that match in the dark, or at least partially in the dark. So there was that part of it as well.
Opening night jitters. That's all. The lights were just, everybody's got to get used to the regular season start up again.
There you go. Let's hear from Aurora Gaines, Narissa Fultz, and Olivia Ramey after the 5-0 win over UNLV.
So for you, Rory, your first official game with the team, how did you feel, and how did you feel about the whole tone of the game? It was kind of an off night, but your performance as well.
Yeah, I mean, the night was crazy, but I mean, like the team, we battled together, we executed the game plan, and I think it was a good representation of what we've worked for all preseason, so I'm excited for more.
So, question I always have for goalkeepers in games like this, because it was most of the first half, you had nothing to do except for running up the field.
Yeah.
But so how do you stay in the game? How do you stay engaged with the defense when you have something like a game like this?
I think the biggest thing for me is because I can see the whole field is trying to keep our team as organized as possible. So that kind of keeps me mentally in check all the time and on my toes and ready for anything that will come my way. And then that way I carry that same thing into the second half, so that when we do kind of have a worse second half than first half at times, that no matter what, we're not gonna skip a beat in the back.
So what happened after that delay? Because it seemed like they figured out something. So what was going on there?
I think we came out flat. That's going to happen, but we handled it well and fought through it, and that's what we're going to do. Not every game's going to be perfect. So I'm proud of how we handled it and fought through it, and we just got to do better and not let it happen again.
And for you, Narissa, first returners, you had the most goals of the returners last year for the team. How did you feel about your role this year, and how did you feel today in particular about that?
I feel really confident about our new front line, and I'm ready to start this year. It started off way better than last year, I think. 5 goals in the first game is really good. So I'm just excited to play with all these people.
For all of you guys, what do you think was the team mindset right now to come into the game? What was the mindset for all of you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I think we were just really excited to play because we've been waiting for this all of preseason, and we've been working really hard. So we were just ready to have a real game.
Yeah, I think another thing that we've been talking about is just being relentless. I mean, we came out strong. We came out on the front foot, and I think that's what we got to do all season.
I think we're really excited. We've spent a lot of time working on our culture and just loving each other, and that's really how I feel like our team is. And we came out here, we were going to be all in all game for each other on our game plan, everything we did, and I think it perfectly was executed. So we couldn't be more excited about it.
And for all of you, the way the game went, the delay, then the lights going out, then the drama down there with the official, and all that. How'd you stay in it, and what'd you guys do to keep your mind in it?
I think it's just something we kind of sign up for. Not every game's going to go perfectly for 90 minutes, so staying as locked in as we can was important. Encouraging. Our bench is amazing. They're constantly cheering us on, and we're trying to cheer each other on the field too and make sure we're doing our role. So I think that was a big thing.
I think another thing is when things get chippy out there, just leaning on each other and feeding off our own energy is a big thing, not feeding into what the crowd is saying or what the other team is saying. And I think we did a good job of handling that very well.
Yeah, you guys said it all.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, she, the woman that got reprimanded, she was doing some physical stuff, but there was also some other mind games they seemed to be playing. And how did you guys go in and not overreact to that?
I mean, I think that's all a part of the game of soccer. Things like that are going to happen every game we play, and that's not new to any of us. And when those things do happen, again, it's really just leaning on each other. Because if we all stay level set and level headed, then we'll be perfectly fine.
All right, those are your Arizona Wildcats after the game last night. 5-0 the final. The Wildcats get the win over UNLV. That was Aurora Gaines, Narissa Fultz, Olivia Ramey. Aurora Gaines is going to join us coming up on the show here straight ahead, so we'll get some more thoughts from her. We'll also hear coming up later from Becca Moros in her 5th season here at the University of Arizona. We'll hear from her get her thoughts on the win last night. 520-848-1290. If you were out at Arizona women's soccer's season opener last night, I would imagine they probably, because of all the issues they had, I don't know if they did the fireworks, because I don't think that game ended until almost 11:35, and that's probably past city ordinances in terms of doing fireworks. So we'll also see if we can find out if they're going to maybe try to reschedule that down.
I just assumed a wayward firework is what hit the lights and caused the 30-second delay with the weather and whatnot.
No, I don't think that's it at all. Practice number 13, Arizona football today. I learned something new today. I swear to God, I learned something today that I had no idea was the case, and it has to do with something else that's big in the news today as penalties came down today for the University of Michigan as it relates to their scouting scandal that they were embroiled in under Jim Harbaugh just a few years ago in the season in which they won the national championship. So we'll get into that as well coming up later in the show. You're never too old to learn something new. I swear to God, I learn something new every day.
You should.
Always. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll dive into that coming up. So this is my next. Now that I've gotten injury reports, I didn't single-handedly do it, but now that we've gotten injury reports.
Come on, wait. Go back. You had a lot to do with it. Everybody who has worked in the industry forever and said, why don't we have injury reports, is something to do with it.
Yeah, now that we've got injury reports, I think this what we'll talk about later in the show will be the next thing we need to solve surrounding college football. That's for sure.
Salary cap?
No. Well, that's on the list, but I don't know if that's one of the next. I think eventually they'll have some type of cap for all.
Well, rumor is that $300 million can buy you a national championship. So
yeah, how much? $300 million?
Yeah.
Is that? Well, that's in. There was somebody spending like $300 million at Kansas or something.
Well, the penalties for Michigan, in addition to the boosters that supply money for NIL and whatnot.
Right. And we'll get into that whole thing at Kansas too, like a donor donating $300 million. Wow, where's that person here? Where's U of A's $300 million man or woman? I'd like to see that person step forward so we can stay up in pace, because who knows? I mean, they put that kind of money in Kansas, they might actually be able to put a good football team out on the field. They've actually been getting better as of late, but we'll dive into all of that straight ahead. It's DK on the Sports Tip. We want to hear from you as well. Cricket's got everything you need to know about traffic and weather. She'll also be joining us later with everything you need to know what's happening here in Southern Arizona this weekend. Cricket, tell them what's going on the streets right now.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. I-10 near Keno. Earlier crash occurred on the eastbound side of I-10 near Keno Parkway. Some slowing. Other collisions, 12th Avenue north of Irvington, up to the northwest side, 1st Avenue and Lambert Lane, so Overton and Thornydale. Oro Valley, McGee, and Cool Drive for a reported fire. 15% chance of showers into the evening, 77 the overnight low, 96 tomorrow with a 25% chance of rain, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER gets you out of plumbing danger.
Did you miss the big game?
They need a 3 to get to overtime.
You know we got you covered.
Midcourt, shot is up. Good! Love has hit a 3. We're going to overtime.
Trying to keep it close, and you never give up. I guess that's life in the Big 12.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
Clicks don't show the full picture, but Cumulus Digital does. We show you exactly who saw your ad by name and address. And our campaigns beat industry benchmarks by over 25%. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to start outperforming.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
This is it, Tucson. The Indoor Football National Championship comes to the Tucson Convention Center. Saturday, August 23rd. The Vegas Nighthawks face off against the Green Bay Blizzard for the ultimate title. And you can be there for every hard-hitting and high-scoring moment. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets now at goifl.com. Be part of the action, feel the energy, and witness history in the making. The IFL National Championship, Saturday, August 23rd at the Tucson Convention Center.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcast. So if you've been injured, make the right choice first.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Drinking and driving will change your whole world. The next time you're out with your friends, consider what would happen if you got pulled over after drinking, like the legal fees or the time in court or a DUI on your record. Your decision to drink and drive could change someone else's world too if you hurt or kill them in a crash. Instead, What if your decision to call a sober ride changed your world for the better? Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we're here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400, AZROC 214570.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290. DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Molly Ramirez getting it for UNLV. Now Aurora Gaines shooting with the right, and it finds the back of the net. The opening goal for Arizona comes from Aurora Gaines, and the Cats are on top 1-0 on opening day.
I mean, what a way to start out her Wildcat career. Just 8 minutes plus into this game. A beautiful turn, cuts it across the grain, and just connects front post. Gets Federer off of her line. Beautiful placement from Gaines there.
And it was a good opening night. A little crazy with the weather and light banks going off at Mulcahy Stadium last night. But at the end of the night, it was your Arizona Wildcats with a 5-0 result over visiting UNLV. 2 of those 5 goals were scored by one of the newest Arizona Wildcats. Her name is Aurora Gaines. She's a transfer from LSU. She is out of Milton, Georgia, a sophomore, and she joins us now. And Aurora, first of all, appreciate you taking time to join us. Tell us a little bit about your trek here to Tucson from Milton, Georgia.
Of course. Yeah, thank you for having me. I mean, this is my sophomore year. My freshman year, I spent it at LSU, Louisiana State University. I'm grateful for the time I had there. But ultimately, I realized, it wasn't the greatest fit, so I made probably one of the best decisions and talked to Becca Moros, my head coach, and I ended up taking a visit here, and I met some of the best people that are currently my teammates and talked to my parents. It was probably one of the easiest decisions, and I was like, this is the place for me.
All right,
and, we had an amazing start to the season.
All right, so who's when you were talking to the girls, when you came on a visit, who stood out to you? Can you want to single out maybe someone that really impressed you and said, yeah, I want to play with her?
One of my forward buddies, actually, Ella Weathersby, and a defender on the team, Marissa Arntz. Those 2 were the most welcoming players I've ever met. They welcomed me as if I was already on the team. They made me feel comfortable when I was on campus. They made the visit feel extremely fun, and it went by so quick because I spent a lot of it with them, and that was I went home and I was like, these are probably the most amazing girls I've ever met, and I want to spend my next 3 years here.
We're chatting with Aurora Gaines. She is a sophomore forward for your Arizona women's soccer team. So when you were looking for your next school coming out of LSU, had you been recruited by Becca coming out of high school? Or how did you find out about U of A? How did U of A kind of land on the radar as one of the potential schools?
Yes, sir. Becca did recruit me out of high school. So, I had a few conversations with them, and, ultimately I chose LSU. But, when I reopened my recruitment, once I hit the transfer portal, I was like, I'm open to anything and everything. And I was like, Becca has been nothing but kind and gracious this whole time. And University of Arizona is like a place that I want to be a part of. So let me go take this visit. And it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made.
We're chatting with Aurora Gaines, sophomore forward for the Arizona Wildcats. It's interesting, Aurora, because one of the things we were wondering was, like, where's the scoring going to come from? We've got a lot of veterans on the back end, graduated some power on the front end. Did you think that you would be able to come in and have an immediate impact, and do you think you guys would be able to put up 5 goals on opening night?
I mean, opening night, it went better than anyone could ever, dreamt of. 5 goals is something that, we've been working towards with preseason. And again, yes, we've graduated some power on the front line. But, during preseason, we've had talent in every aspect on our team. So I don't think that was going to be a problem from the start. We've had a very hard preseason, and we've all been working to, put up those 5 goals that we did yesterday. And for me, it was more of like, I want to go to a school and I wanted to make an immediate impact. And I did that last night.
And obviously you're from the South, and you played in the South last year. Different type of heat, more of a humidity. What have you learned about adjusting to this desert, the desert heat that we have out here?
It's no joke. I'll tell you that. It's no joke. I've grown up in the South. I'm from Georgia. So the humidity is something I'm very much used to, but I think the dry heat is different. The sun is pretty much pounding on you, but I mean, you get used to it. We reported in July, the beginning of July, so we've had time to acclimate and get ready for this upcoming season.
Aurora Gaines is our guest, sophomore forward for the Arizona Wildcats women's soccer team. 5-0 win on opening night over UNLV. Aurora had the first 2 goals in the first half. How did those 2 opportunities come together for you?
I mean, I'd probably give credit to my teammates on that first goal. I got the assist was from Sammy Baytosh.
Yep.
She found me, hit the pocket. I saw a little pocket. Sammy looked up, immediately found me, played a great pass towards me, turned, and saw I was almost 1v1 with the defender. So I'm going to take that every day as a forward. Did that and hit the shot, and then the second goal, Rose Calkin, she did most of the work. 1v1 against her matchup on the outside, and I sent an amazing pass across the front of the 6 towards me, and all I had to do was slot it in.
Aurora Gaines is our guest. Now, Aurora, you had an opportunity to place on the international level this past summer, CONCACAF U20 championships for Puerto Rico. What's your connection? Were you born there? Parents, I would imagine, are from there. What's the connection that allowed you to play for Puerto Rico?
My mom, she's Puerto Rican. She lived there until she was around 6 or 7, moved to New York and spent a lot of her time in New York. And then eventually moved down south with my dad. But that experience was amazing. I'm actually extremely grateful because one of my coaches, which is goalkeeper coach on the University of Arizona soccer team, his name is Nat. Coach Nat, he was my head coach for the U20s for the World Cup qualifiers. So I was able to go there and experience something that, people dream of as a kid while experiencing that with one of my coaches. So it was definitely an unforgettable experience.
So when does that come into your lexicon? I mean, did you grow up, obviously you start playing soccer and immediately as your mom's saying, well, potentially you could play for Puerto Rico nationally. Like when do those types of conversations start happening? And when did it actually become a reality that you might be able to work your way into a lower level under youth national team for Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I've had some chances, and when I was younger, I was in the pool for both the Puerto Rico national team and the pool for the U.S. national team at that time, and then during my college career, I started getting more options with the Puerto Rican national team, and I was like, this is an honor, honestly, because it's part of who I am. So I was like, I'm not going to pass up on this opportunity. So I think my first experience going to the Dominican Republic for the Puerto Rican national team was in February. And, that was unforgettable. We qualified to play in this tournament that we played in, and I think it was during the summer. And, we did great. Unfortunately, we came up a little short, but, it was definitely something that I'm going to remember for a long time.
How many are there a lot of women similar to you that have a life growing up here in the United States and then go back and play, or a lot of the girls from the island? And what's that mix like when you have, American-based Puerto Rican women come back to play on those teams? Is it a pretty easy simulation there?
Yeah, we have a mix. Some people are from the island and they are still living on the island currently, and then you have some people. One of my teammates, Marilia, she plays for Kentucky. She was kind of in the same boat as me. She came from college and then was able to play for the Puerto Rican national team. And obviously many different backgrounds, but like one thing that we all share is just like the honor and the drive to play for something of this caliber, play for something that is a part of you, something that's just bigger than ourselves.
When you look at, obviously, this women's national team, I don't know, have they ever qualified for the World Cup? And what would it be maybe to get to the senior women's team and be a part of potentially pushing Puerto Rico into that opportunity for the first time?
Yeah, we were going to be the first team to qualify. Like, Puerto Rico is going to qualify for the World Cup for the first time ever, any gender, age group, or anything like that. And we came up just one goal short. We put everything that we could out there, and honestly, I'm proud of all the girls. We did everything that we could. Sometimes, it doesn't go your way. Sports, can be cruel, but, everything that we put out there was a representation of who we are and what we could have done to, qualify.
Aurora Gaines is our guest. She's a sophomore forward, transfer in from LSU, first year at the University of Arizona. Has not even taken a class yet on camp. Or have you taken a class? Did you go to summer session or anything like that?
I did some classes in the spring. I came in the spring when I transferred from LSU. So I got a little bit of that under my belt. But, it's going to be the first real go-around with, the season and school at the same time.
So what are you liking about campus life here in Tucson so far?
It's beautiful. The sunsets are amazing. There's something that you don't really get in Georgia, which are like the mountains and really just gorgeous sunsets every night. But I'm loving the academics. I'm loving the athletics as well, and I'm loving the people.
All right, who's your favorite player to watch play growing up?
I'd say Martha. She's a Brazilian footballer.
Martha?
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you love about her game?
You can tell that, something about me is, when I step foot on the field, I have the drive and the passion for the game of soccer. I want to win. I don't want to tie. I don't want to lose. I want to win. And you can tell through her game that she feels the exact same way. And she's just ultimately, like anyone would say, she's an incredibly talented player as well.
You guys are back on the pitch Sunday morning against UC Irvine. What are you looking to accomplish? Obviously a winning game 2, but what are some of the things you guys want to work on in game 2 coming out of game 1?
I think we built a great foundation on the first game. Of course, we have some things that we need to improve on that we can take moving forward. And, as we get into film today and practice in the next couple of days as well, we'll just keep harping on the things that, we did well, and then things that we can't improve on, and we'll take that with us into the next game and hopefully get another dub.
Outstanding. Aurora Gaines, 2 goals, 2 of the 5 in the opener, a 5-zip win over UNLV. Aurora, appreciate you taking some time to join us. Welcome to Tucson. Looking forward to watching you play this summer, or this fall, I should say, with the Wildcats.
Thank you so much for having me.
Aurora Gaines, Arizona Wildcats soccer. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. With collisions that are reported, working wrecks, we got a crash at Oracle and Wetmore, Thornydale and McGee, Overton and Thornydale, 12th Avenue to the north of Irvington, and also I-10 eastbound side of I-10 near Keno Parkway. We got a 15% chance of showers, 77 the low, 96 tomorrow with a 25% chance of rain, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
It's DK on the sports tip. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Doing a lot of around the house work. New tub. We had to break up the concrete, reset the pipe.
You're going to start your own show?
Not a chance. I'm not a big HGTV guy.
How much of that work are you doing yourself?
The stripping was kind of my job. I ended up taking
stripping?
I took
You're
out the
stripping?
linoleum. I stripped out the
Am I
linoleum.
not paying you enough money that you got to strip for a living? DK on the sports tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
I'm Kate Constable, here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. The Blue Jays remain atop of the AL East, having won 3 of their last 4 games, but tonight they welcome a Texas team that's desperate for a win. The Rangers have struggled lately, losing 4 of their last 5 games, but no better way to turn things around than with your ace on the mound. With Jacob deGrom going for Texas tonight, consider backing the Rangers at a pick'em on the money line. I'm Kate Constable from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
It's time to talk Grizzly.
The air conditioner made specifically for Arizona summers.
Alaskan AC introduced the Grizzly a couple years ago, and the reviews are pouring in.
This one says, I love how quiet it is. I can hardly hear it come on, but I'm always comfortable.
Another person writes, finally an air conditioner that can withstand the desert heat and dust.
This one says, I like its fluffy fur and cute black nose.
Anyway, if it's time to upgrade your AC, you can't do better than the Grizzly.
Only available at Alaskan AC.
People love it.
Like this person who said, we live in an older home and the Grizzly keeps us comfortable in every room.
Or this guy. We live just outside of town and the dust is horrible. Glad we have an AC that can take it.
Or this one. He's so cuddly and has these adorable pads on his paws.
Gary, I think you're on a different webpage.
Gary, I think you're different.
Learn more about the Grizzly at AlaskanAC.com.
Hey, nice savings balance. Well done.
Thanks.
What you saving for? New car?
Nah, it's to pay thousands in fines and court costs after I got pulled over for drinking and driving.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you better keep saving.
Yeah.
Drinking and driving can wipe you out in more ways than one. It can hurt or even kill innocent people, drain your bank account, tear your future apart, even take your life. You're smarter than that. This Labor Day, drive sober or get pulled over. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
The monsoon season is here, and Pixrock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing wants you to beat the heat and keep cool all summer long. Now through the end of August, we are offering a $49 diagnostic special. Our highly trained AC technicians are ready to battle the intense summer heat, so you don't have to. Call us at 520-492-0748 or PictureRocksCooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute. The NFLPA is someplace these days, coming off the embarrassing departure of its leader. One of the union's top lawyers is reportedly now on paid leave. Heather McPhee is accused of ignoring bosses and bullying colleagues, and she's accused of these things shortly after being one of the harshest critics of former executive director Lloyd Howell. NFL players should be very worried about the people who are supposed to be protecting them. I'm Andrew Bogish.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, hello. Listen to my voice talking to you about the new Old Spice NFL collection at Walmart. Now listen to my smell. I smell like NFL stars Jared Goff, CeeDee Lamb, Saquon Barkley, CJ Stroud, and George Kittle. I smell like greatness. Why? Because I'm wearing Old Spice's new NFL collection. How can you put the greatness of the NFL into a smell, you ask? You can't. But Old Spice can, and they did. Smell like Suntal and Speed, Driftwood and Drive, Sea Ties and Toughness with the Old Spice NFL collection available at Walmart. Smell like the greatest smell in the NFL with Old Spice.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Appreciate Aurora Gaines for joining us on the program today. We'll talk some more soccer coming up in the 5 o'clock, actually the 4 o'clock hour. About an hour from now, we'll be joined by Mackenzie Hamilton. She's the team reporter for Arizona football, so we'll talk about that as well. But she's also a former college soccer athlete and is going to be an analyst on the broadcast, the ESPN broadcast this year. ESPN Plus broadcast, as she was last night with Brody Dryden for Arizona soccer matches here in Tucson. She'll be back on the broadcast Sunday when the Wildcats take on UC Irvine. So we'll talk some soccer with Mackenzie Hamilton coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Practice number 13 today. Now, it's interesting. This year, it's a little bit different than last year. This year, in terms of, practice for Arizona football, we get a chance to chat often with the head coach kind of during some of the down periods early in the practice. Brent Brennan has been very open this year, a little bit more maybe so than last year, and allows us to kind of ask him questions off the cuff, and he'll usually be over there and chat with us for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, sometimes he's over there so long I have to leave because the actual open shooting periods where we can actually take video start, and I was like, I gotta go to work here. I gotta start compiling some video. But so today I found out something that I honestly was not aware of still existed in college football, and it has something to do with maybe the biggest story of the day in college football today, and that is the penalties that were handed down by the NCAA to the University of Michigan for their sign stealing scandal that took place, that came to light back, I believe it was now 2 seasons ago. If you're not familiar, the NCAA said today over the course of 3 seasons, the Michigan football program committed violations involving an off-campus, in-person scouting scheme, impermissible recruiting inducements and communication, head coach responsibility rules, individuals' failures to cooperate, and Michigan's failure to monitor. All of this according to a decision from the Division I Committee on Infractions. So among the penalties for the University of Michigan from this sign-stealing scandal, they will have a loss of postseason football revenue for the next 2 seasons, a fine expected to approach $20 to $25 million given past Big Ten revenues. The exact amount of that will be determined on the postseason success of the conference. The program was placed on 4 years probation. They'll see a 25% reduction in football official visits in the upcoming season. They'll also have to pay a fine of $50,000 plus 10% of the budget for the football program. They're going to forfeit 10% of the cost of scholarships for Michigan football players in this current academic year, 25-26. They were not banned from any postseason games. No wins have been vacated. That includes the national championship season in 2023. Current coach Sharon Moore was given an additional 1-game suspension. The school had already imposed a 2-game suspension on him, which he'll serve this season. The NCAA's 1-game ban he'll serve at the beginning of next season. And former head coach Jim Harbaugh was given a 10-year show cause penalty. The staffer at the center of this whole thing, Connor Stallions, was handed an 8-year show cause penalty. Now, again, this goes back to Connor Stallions going to games of opponents undercover and trying to steal signals. In effect, scouting. What I was not aware of until today, and in this preseason or this pre-practice session that we have with Coach Brent Brennan, was that advanced scouting, even in the legal sense, is still not permitted in college football. Because I asked the coach today, because obviously the first opponent on the schedule is Hawaii, and Hawaii plays in week 0 against Stanford, so they'll have a game in the books before they get here to Tucson in 2 weeks, because they play next weekend. And I asked Coach in the pregame today, I said, so are you guys sending people? Are you sending, somebody to watch the game, to see the game? And he goes, no, that's illegal. And I'm like, what? Illegal? I'm thinking to myself, illegal? Like, you still can't, legal advanced scouting is still illegal in college football? That's mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling to me that in this day and age that you still coaches can't actually go and watch games legally in person. My whole thinking back to this, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of peripherally followed this whole thing with Michigan, but I thought the whole thing with that was because they had done it undercover, like sent this guy to games that and didn't tell the universities in question that he was going to be there, like they did it below board. I thought, like, if you did it above board, you could actually go scout these games. Apparently, advanced scouting is still not permitted in college football.
So the official,
found that out today.
The official rule, DK, is NCAA Rule 11.6.1. Want to know what it says?
Yes.
It prohibits in-person scouting, off-campus scouting of future opponents in the same season. This went into effect in 1994.
Right.
So the idea being that in the same season, sending personnel directly from your staff to scout in person off campus has been prohibited. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. I had no idea. I had no idea until today that you could not legally do that. You could legally, because advanced scouting takes place on almost every level. I mean, professional level for sure. I would imagine that's probably the case for college basketball and all the other college sports as well. But you hear the term advanced scouts in baseball. I remember when I was working in professional baseball, I talked to a number of advanced scouts.
That's a huge part of the game.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the game. So we're still not allowing that. I don't understand why we're not allowing that on the college level, like above board legally. That's so now that so I said at the beginning of the show, now that we've finally gotten injury reports, I think the next thing we need to do is legalize advanced scouting. It makes no sense to me that you can't send somebody to go watch the team you're going to be playing next week.
I mean, we live in a 4K world, guys. So, why would you ever need to send somebody? Literally, DK, what college football game this year doesn't have 4K cameras pointed at it?
Yeah. Well, and I thought, again, that goes back to what I don't know, what it actually entails, what the tapes are they actually get when you get the tapes of the teams. Are you getting like we have the what's it called in the NFL? We have the all 32,
right?
All 22, which is now the interesting. I don't know if you've ever gotten that. I got that one season early on, very early on, but now it's even more. You can literally do 360. On the all 22 now. If you buy that, you can buy it through the National Football League and whatnot, and you can see all the angles. You can see from, end zone one side, end zone the other side, both sidelines, so you can see the plays as they're happening from all the different angles. Now, I don't know if that's similar to the tapes that they're getting in college football to scout teams, but I would imagine it's probably pretty similar. But I would still think that, again, I would still think you want somebody to have actual eyes on the game to see what's transpiring in a live sense. And I don't, and again, and I guess I'm just from an old school world where I don't understand why that still needs to be among the things that's illegal when it happens all the time in the National Football.
Yeah, and it makes a lot more sense in baseball, maybe basketball, right? Because you're talking about 3 games a week.
Indeed, yeah.
Right, and so
I think that's probably the one reason.
Think about like the 3 games in 3 days preseason tournaments in college basketball. You can't have because all those games are played in the same building at the same time.
Right.
But the coaching staff's not sitting there watching all the games. But one member of the staff might have responsibilities to scout one team, another coaching staff member, another team, and that whole thing.
So that'll be interesting. I don't know. When they go to these, when U of A goes to an MTE, I would imagine coaches are allowed to stay and watch the other teams play. I would imagine that goes on. So maybe in a sense in college basketball you can do that. Maybe it's just illegal in college football. I have no idea. I'd love to we will have to reach out to the rules person at the Big 12 to find out exactly how that all works. But anyway, so Michigan handed their penalties. They are going to appeal, as you would imagine that they probably would. They're going to appeal their penalties. And I found out something new today, that you still cannot advance scout in college football.
And the real question is it enough of a penalty to discourage? Because
you're not taking away their national championship. I think, didn't they take away USC's national champ? They vacated USC's national championship.
They did do that, and the Heisman Trophy, right?
Right, exactly.
So, to me, this situation, Michigan won the title. This news came out about this story about Connor Stallions long before they won the title, right? Like, that came out in, week 5 or 6 of that season. Like, we heard about it. It was an ongoing thing during the season. The question is, $30 million in penalty, cost of doing business, right? A lot of corporations will pump a bunch of stuff in the air, and they'll just pay a penalty for it instead of meeting guidelines or code. So, if Michigan is going to win a championship and there's some booster out there, people may not know this, DK, but Michigan has 50 more regular season wins than any other program in college football history.
Yeah.
They're the winningest program in college football history. So, you're talking about a very prestigious, obviously everybody knows about the Wolverines, but that idea of at what point, because we know the NCAA is toothless and has been and is getting even more so with all these recent rulings. They have even less power than they did in the last 20, 25 years. But at what point, if you see some kind of rule bending / cheating that leads to a title, how do you discourage that from happening again in the future? Because how many schools are there playing college football in the football sold subdivision? There's a lot. And every fan base wants to start the season with the idea that somehow, some way we could have success. But there's really only 5 or 6 teams that have deep pockets that are paying off the NCAA for these rule violations after the fact, after they win titles. That's not going to discourage them from doing it again.
There you go. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us that number. Maybe we should make that our question of the day today. Do you think advanced scout? We don't have one yet. Do you think advanced scouting should be allowed now in college football? Because you would deter what happened with Michigan if you just brought and this goes back to my whole thing is college football is like the last bastion of sports where everything is, they still want to try to remain as secretive as possible. If everything is transparent, let's come into the transparent world of the 21st century across the board with everything. It's like we continue to want to try to hide everything. And when we talked about that the last week, the tweet that Aaron Torres from Fox Sports put out about how it's still it's hard to get excited because everything wants to be hidden. They don't want to say anything. Practices are closed. You can't talk about certain things. It's like fans want to be excited about college football, but college football doesn't want to allow you to be excited about college football.
The good part of all this is Jim Harbaugh was not going back to college. 10 years or not, he wasn't coming back.
No, not at all. He went and did what he had to do at his alma mater and won a national championship.
I wish he was still at Stanford, honestly. Like that era with their two tight ends and man, that was such a fun brand of football to watch and really kind of propped up along with USC and was it Washington at the time? But yeah, he's not going back to college.
There you go. All right, DK on the sports tip. Much more coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll dive into your Diamondbacks down low. Cricket will join us with everything happening in southern Arizona, as well as the Mercury back on the floor tonight up in the Valley against the Las Vegas Aces. You'll hear from the head coach of the Phoenix Mercury, Nate Tibbetts. DK on the sports tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported downtown Congress and 6th Avenue and Congress, and Stone and Alameda and Stone. To the northwest side, Thornydale and McGee, and also Overton and Thornydale. And backups westbound on Ajo approaching and passing Mission. And we do have a pretty good chance of some afternoon showers into this evening. 77 the low, 96 tomorrow with a 25% chance of rain, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Superstar Car Wash.
If you know, you go. At Superstar Car Wash, we're proud to have over 550,000 members. Be in the know and try what everyone loves today. Text SuperAZ to 27800 to get 50% off our best wash. Terms and conditions apply.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Accidents cause hassles as big as the Grand Canyon.
So we're hitting the road to spread the word about the bird.
The Eagle at Goldberg and Osborne.
Freeway fiasco in Flagstaff.
Hurt in Havasu.
Totaled in Tucson.
No worries. The Eagle has offices across the state. From Kingman
to Sierra Vista, where they fight hard to get you more.
So relax and ride on.
Because the bird is the word.
Visit Goldberg and Osborne at 1-800-THEEAGLE.com.
There's never a good time for plumbing issues.
No.
Honey, my parents are here.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. With Drain Masters in Tucson, not only do you get local, professional, full-service plumbing with 24/7 scheduled or emergency service, you get a lifetime transferable warranty on all house water repiping. So this...
They brought my aunts and uncles, too!
...is gonna be fine. Drain Masters, we do it all. And now offering financing. Solid service, fair price, guaranteed. DrainMastersTucson.com.
Back to UberTube expert Eugene Snurkle and his best friend Doug.
Eugene, is it true you can't fix your car's air conditioning, so you're moving to Alaska or the North Pole or something?
Sorry, Doug. I meant to tell you, but I just can't seem to crack the code on fixing my car's AC.
Sorry to interrupt, Eugene, but we all know how this needs to end with a trip to Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Hi folks, Sean Furrier here with some sizzling summer specials. Besides the chilly prices on AC repair and big tire rebates, we've also got Duramax 5-year free replacement batteries on sale this month with a $25 installation credit. That means free installation for most cars and trucks.
Seems a bit extreme.
Yes, Doug, an extremely tough battery built for Arizona, and you can be extremely confident in the Duramax 5-year free replacement guarantee. So for award-winning service, call or stop by one of our 14 area locations or make an appointment online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic, semaglutide injection, 0.5 milligrams.
Grown-ups,
Don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Consistently beating industry benchmarks by over 25% isn't a fluke. It's Cumulus Digital. Smarter marketing with proof. We show you exactly who saw your ad. That kind of precision is why more than 4,000 businesses partner with us every month, whether they need one product or a full digital strategy. Visit cumulusdigital.com today because you're not average, and your marketing results shouldn't be either. That's cumulusdigital.com.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 2 of our show on this Friday. Hope you've got big plans for the weekend. If you don't, Cricket will be along here shortly to give you a few clues about things happening in southern Arizona for you this weekend. One of the things that is happening in terms of Arizona athletics will be the volleyball red-blue game. That will be coming up tomorrow over at McHale Center at 2 o'clock. It'll be your first chance to see the new floor at McHale Center, the one that everybody is buzzing about. They will be playing, well, at least, not a actual competition, but it'll be a intra-squad competition tomorrow. So you can head on over there, get your first look at Arizona volleyball for this season, as well as see the new floor. A lot of people are extremely excited about that. 520-848-1290, again, the number to get in on the program. You know what they're also excited about? We got a chance, J-Dub, today for the first time to see the new on-field seating that they're going to have at Arizona Stadium. I think they're, because I don't know if they're, because they've got an open practice coming up on Sunday night, so I would imagine they wanted to get that up so people that bought those seats can use them for the scrimmage on Sunday. So I imagine we'll see people occupying those spaces there. And I don't know if you've ever seen how they set this up. It's very similar to the way they've set it up at the Arizona Bowl. They've been doing this with the Arizona Bowl. That's, in fact, where University of Arizona got the idea for at least 3 years now, I believe, where they've had the on-field cabanas. But the difference now is they're also going to have a row of like bar-like seating that's going to be in the end zone. In the one end zone, I think it'll go essentially from the one sideline to right around where the goalpost is.
Better not be glass.
No. It's not glass.
Put plastic in that
it's
bar,
not
guys.
Glass. And I think the actual part that sits on the sideline where Arizona's team is padded. So like if a guy comes running off that and into it, it'll be a padded crash.
My mind first goes to like Gallagher. You familiar?
Gallagher.
Yeah, he's the one who did like the sledgehammering fruits.
Okay.
So everybody who went to his shows who sat in the first 3 rows, they wore like rain suits, is what they called, with galoshes and the rain jackets so they wouldn't get wet from all of the flying watermelon. You're talking about getting cabanas right on the field, being right in the middle of the action. That's a lot of like grass and you can be right in the middle of it, DK.
There is I posted a video of this on our Twitter account at Wildcats 1290. Head on over if you have not seen it yet and want to take a look at it. We've had some interesting responses to this already. One tweeter, Lady Gray Bush 16, says those seats and couches are going to be 150 degrees if there isn't shade over.
Yeah, true.
Well, again, the first 3 games are at night, so I don't know if it's going to be that hot. But yeah, if you're going down if you're going to be down there, like when the doors open, I would imagine for a 7:00 game, the doors open at 5:30. It might be a little toasty. I don't know if it's going to be 150,
I like the setup,
but it'll be a little toasty.
I like the setup though with the like bar stools and the little bar counter in front of them. That whole thing that looks like it'd be a comfortable way to watch a game.
Mark Smith says, "Will there be a cabana over them like ritzy pools? If so, do I get a discount on my season tickets now that there is an obstructed field view from the first row seat in the stands?"
Yeah.
Asking for a friend. Now, and this is the thing about, I mean, this is great. They're trying to, and fan engagement is kind of been the modus operandi for this new athletics department, and it's awesome. For me personally, that's like seating. I like, and if you ever notice, like when I go to practice, I'm like, everybody else is like sitting down low. I'm always as high as I can get to go watch practice, because to me, football is one of those sports that should be viewed from above. And I just don't think, the last place I would want to be is like watching a football game at field level.
So my dad was a professor at the U of A. He had tickets to Bear Down Gym for 10 years before McHale was built. First offer, where do you want to sit? Where would you like to be in McHale? He chose C-row, always. Like, we were always up where the camera level is.
Right.
Not down on the court. We could have had tickets behind the bench if he wanted it.
Yeah.
But we always sat up much higher, because when it comes down to the entire, plane of vision and being able to see everything that's going on, if you're right down there in the middle of it, you're going to get that intense one-on-one action. You're going to have linebackers 5 feet away from you, DK, running up the sideline. But when it comes to being able to see the whole big picture, if that's your thing, if you're trying to watch the whole game, fan engagement is right. You're going to be engaged. You're going to smell that grass as the cleats are flying by that close to the field. But I'm with you. We always like to sit in a seat where you're actually able to see the entirety of the event going on in front of you.
Now, and obviously the look we were getting at it today was there's no team on the sideline. So I would imagine I didn't go down and actually into one of these cabanas, but I was trying to get a sense of like, okay, if there's 100 people standing in the box there where Arizona's sideline is, are you going to even be able to see like the edge of that one end of the field? Obviously if you're in the end zone, and still like now it's already like hard enough for a lot of us photographers and stuff. It's like you got to kneel at the one end, at the south end. You have to kind of kneel if you're going and shooting end zone there. Now you may only have half of one side if you're shooting on the north end, if you're a photographer on the field. So there's going to be adjustments everybody's going to have to make. But yeah, I would imagine there's still going to be people standing up in those areas, because there's always people on the field and in those end zone areas there. So I don't know if those folks are going to be blocked or what. But
you know how last week there was a player who was not dressed, and he got really excited about a play happening on the field, so he started running up and down the field, and he actually bumped and made contact with the ref who was trying to run and follow the play, and his team got a 15-yard penalty. And that's like a player on the sideline. So there's obviously
Lamb, right?
Exactly. There's like always all those rules about interactivity. I'm sure that the U of A must make people who sit in those seats sign some. You got to have so much awareness of not getting anywhere close to interfering with actual gameplay.
Yeah. RWB Wildcat checks in. He says, in terms of this field level seating, and AZ cruising, better looking than the Cabana Dookie show they installed at Arizona State. They've got something similar going on, but apparently theirs are way more than expensive than the ones that are going to be available down here
at the school up north.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, strike while the iron's hot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, even if they have a 4-8 season this year, right? They're selling tickets based on last year's results. That's how it works.
But if you're in that when play is in that north end, I think it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very fun view, I think, for when play is in the north end. I'm just, I don't know how good the view is going to be when play goes down to the south end or is in the middle of the field. So, we'll have to see how that all looks 2 weeks from today when we start to do this for real and Hawaii comes to town. 520-848-1290. If you've bought one of these, If you've engaged in this and are going to be sitting in one of these on-field cabanas or at this on-field bar thing with the bar seating in the north end, I want to hear from you. 520-848-1290. What made you want to buy it? What did they talk about the advantages of having this? Again, everybody's doing this now. I mentioned the Cardinals have something similar. The Cardinals have like a casita. It's almost like a house. They have like 5 houses that are at the back end of the one end zone, and you have upstairs, downstairs, and it's almost like you have like a patio roof.
It feels to me like they've just modeled all of this after the pools in Vegas. That whole thing that started 25 years ago with bottle service by the pool with your little tent and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean the exclusivity and the obviously ability to get much closer. I'm sure it'll be sushi instead of nachos and champagne and all of that is the idea behind it. I'm with you, though. It just depends on the actual game experience. If I'm going to pay, a premium, I would also like the ability to be able to experience the game as well. So if the sight lines aren't quite that, but that's not why everybody does this, DK. The whole game experience and cheering on the team for, the entirety of the game and paying attention to every play on both sides of the ball isn't necessarily what everybody's there for.
Exactly.
Sometimes they're just there for the experience of people watching. Sometimes they're just there because they want to support the team.
Big DJ 505 says, me and my kids would so get our private boxes. Something to think about as soon as Eck gets the team rolling. I don't know who Eck is. Is that? No, I don't know who Eck is, but there you go. Big DJ 505 says he would get one. We got one more here. Let's see. John Meisner checks in. Those bar stools and high top tables make the couches terrible seats. It should be one or the other. So basically what you've got is you've got couch seating in the back of these cabanas, but you also have bar type, like a high top table.
Yeah, the front ones are cool.
In the front.
Yeah, the front seats are cool.
Yeah, so if you're going to be in a high top, the people that are sitting on the couches, they're probably just like you said, they're probably like relaxing. They're not going to be able to see anything if you've got other people sitting at those high tops in front of them, but they're just going to be chilling out having
Bro, like most people on the golf course are trying to get better at golf, but some people are just trying to do business deals.
Exactly.
So same kind of situation.
There you go. They're going to be trying to close deals down there on those couches. But again, if you've got one, if you're going to do this, I want to hear from you. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Practice today, the player that stood out to me, I thought this was Gio Richardson. Remember that name, Gio Richardson? He's a wide receiver, a freshman, Chandler Basha High School. I thought Gio Richardson had the best practice he's had all camp. I mean, he was all over the place. Caught a deep sideline route from Braden Locke, had another catch in traffic, and then had a nice catch and run as well in the practice today. Big time practice for Gio Richardson. I still think one of the things that is continuing, and the offense was better today. I don't know if I would say they won practice, but they didn't lose it dramatically like they've done in a lot of the other sessions. I still just think that Noah is holding the ball too much. I want to see Noah get rid of the football quicker. He's just holding it too long in so many of these plays, and I talked about it last week. Yeah, he makes the throw because they allow continuation of these plays, but there's so many plays that I've counted from the last week, big plays that he's made that I've got marked down in my book as a sack. So, he's got to get rid of the football quicker. Noah Fafita moving forward. So we'll have 2 more practices. They've moved tomorrow's practice to a night practice. Meet the team will be obviously still in the afternoon, and then the practice will be after that. I mentioned they lost the practice in the stadium the other night because of the weather, and then the open practice in the stadium Sunday night coming up as well this weekend.
Yeah, he did take 28 sacks last year, which is obviously up, that running game. But you talked about it quite a lot last year, DK, was the decision-making, reading first, second, third options, and making a quick decision.
Yep. Cricket joins us now. If I can find her right camera here. Which one of these cameras? I don't know where your camera is today, Cricket. 1, 2, 2, 3, 5. I don't know which one it is. Anyway, I'll just single you. I'll single you out. Well, no wonder
you don't need to do
Yeah,
that.
I think it's on the right one. It's just pointing at the wall.
Pointing at the wall there. There we go. Cricket, well, while I fix Cricket's camera, Cricket, tell the people what time it is.
It is time for the weekend. I can't do that.
You gotta give the weekend. Woo!
Nailed it.
There you go. We actually we tried to do this without you. I tried to get Dragon Ball to lead it last week, but he kind of didn't want to lead it. So
and I was on the phone.
I had to take over. I don't know why I can't get your camera to work. Sorry. So you will just hear Cricket's voice for the time being. When she comes back again, I'm not going to make you look at that empty wall there. Okay. This is if you're look. The people on radio are like, what the heck are they talking about? This is if you're watching on one of our many streams that we have. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, and all of that others. We're still trying to figure out Facebook. Facebook has locked me out, so we don't have Facebook up right now.
Oh.
But Cricket will still tell you everything that's going on in Southern Arizona this weekend.
Yes, sir. Remember When Rock Was Young is tonight. It is the Elton John experience at Fox Tucson Theater. Tonight and tomorrow night, you could chill at the Chul at Tohono Chul Friday and Saturday nights for music and bites and drinks and fun for the family. Sabino Canyon Nightcrawler back tomorrow night. Meet by 7:30 at the Sabino Canyon Rec area. $15 for adults, $8 for kids. But also keep in mind that Sabino Canyon tour could be canceled due to weather, of course. Cool summer nights at Arizona Sonora Desert Museum tomorrow night. And tomorrow night is Bat Night at the Desert Museum.
What was the first one at the top you read? The first one?
Remember When Rock Was Young?
Yeah, what is that?
Elton John experience. It's an Elton John tribute.
And that's where?
Fox Tucson Theater tonight.
Tucson Theater.
Can you do the song? I remember when Rock was young.
You don't want me to sing. Benny.
Yeah. There you
go. Gosh, it's going to be stuck in my head.
Benny and the Jets. That was a great song. Great song. Maybe I'll do that as my question of the day. What's your favorite Elton John song? We've got a couple candidates for question of the day right now. All right, we finally got there. You can see her. You can see her if you're watching on one of our mini streams. We got it figured. It was Pilot Air, I think. I was hitting the wrong camera, trying to adjust the wrong camera because they let me fly the plane sometimes and I get off course.
You're driving the bus.
Exactly. All right, Cricket will be back in the 5 o'clock hour with more about what's happening in Southern Arizona this weekend. Right now, she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
And from the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. With collisions reported, Campbell and 6th Street slowing at the intersection, though mostly for southbound travel. Collision and road work at 6th Street and Campbell. Other collisions, 22nd Street and Columbus, Stone Avenue and Alameda, also Congress and 6th Avenue. Backups on westbound Ajo at Mission Road. 15% chance of showers into the evening, 77 the overnight low, 96 tomorrow with a 25% chance of rain, and 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
The jungle has moved afternoon, so grab your best Tucson tuxedo and join us on the Jim Rome Show weekdays from noon till 3 p.m. right here on the flagship home of your Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Hey you, we've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here, you're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low pricing is your priority.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Drinking and driving will change your whole world. The next time you're out with your friends, consider what would happen if you got pulled over after drinking, like the legal fees or the time in court or a DUI on your record. Your decision to drink and drive could change someone else's world too if you hurt or kill them in a crash. Instead, what if your decision to call a sober ride changed your world for the better? Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, it's DK on the Sports Tip. Don't miss a minute of the best Arizona Wildcats coverage in town. Tell your Alexa device to play Wildcats Radio 1290. This is your home of Arizona football, men's basketball, and baseball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford missed practice all week as he continues to deal with an aggravated disc in his back. Stafford has yet to participate in training camp, and head coach Sean McVay says, quote, "We're trying to get our hands around this, and hopefully we'll be in alignment on getting him back out on the field." McVay also adding Stafford will conduct a workout on Saturday. Meantime, Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh announced quarterback Justin Herbert will make his season debut and start Saturday against the Rams. Harbaugh added Khalil Mack and Derwin James are the only two starters not expected to play. Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown has missed several practices with a hamstring injury. Head coach Nick Sirianni saying Brown is, quote, "working through some things, and the goal is to have everybody ready for week one." And Lions tight end Sam Laporta is expected to miss some time with an undisclosed injury. However, head coach Dan Campbell doesn't consider it major. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Don't forget to download our app. It slaps, all kinds of things. We're still trying to, we have a new website. And so we're still trying, I'm still going through the process of trying to get the new website to marry with the app. So not everything is translating through so far as we'd like it to, but still a lot of good stuff. I should hopefully have that finished up by early next week, and the app and the website will be marrying as they should, with you getting all of the same content on both of those platforms. So be patient with us on that. We were talking in the last segment about the new on-field seating at Arizona Stadium, and I want to hear from you on that at 520-848-1290. Or you can call us or text us at that number if you're going to be partaking, or if you're going to be buying one of these, if you've bought one of these, if you know somebody that's bought one of these and you're going to be going to a game with them. I'd like to hear from you on that. We've gotten some more folks that are chiming in on our Twitter account. We posted a video. We were over at the stadium, obviously, today, and we posted a video. Nunya, also known as AZ to LV, checks in and says, I think that part of the field will be shaded for most start times, but I agree a shade structure of some sort would be nice. It looks nice compared to up north. Desiree Reed-Francois knows what she's doing. That comes from AZ to LV, so clearly he has some Las Vegas connections there, and has a lot of faith in history with the athletics director, Desiree Reed-Francois. I don't know that they did this and when she was there, or if they did it at Missouri. But again, it's something that we'll definitely keep an eye on as we go forward. And again, if you're going to be doing one of these, that would be, we'd love to hear from you about what your anticipation of that is going to be. All right, let's give you your Desert Diamond Casino replay for today, and it involves a very familiar team.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play today as the Diamondbacks on the first 5 run line at the Rockies. The Diamondbacks are the best offense in all of baseball in the first 5 innings of play. Plus, the starter for the Rockies today, Tanner Gordon, has an 8 ERA and just gave up 10 earned runs in his last start against the Diamondbacks. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, the Diamonds on the run line. That is minus a run and a half in the first 5 innings. Big win last night, by the way, on the road for this club. So actually in the first 5, I should tell you, it is actually, it's still minus 1.5. It's minus 1.5, but this is a plus money bet right now. So you're taking the Diamondbacks at plus 123 on the run line, which if you take that, it can get you back $15.87 tonight. That game will be getting underway here in a little bit over an hour. We also have another game that has already started that we're tracking tonight, and that's the Rangers on the money line over the Blue Jays, and that game is at minus 122. So your $12.90 bet on that one, you can't bet this game because it's already started, but we've got it at minus 122 with a chance to win $10.58. Now, the bad news is, as we lost both our bets yesterday, and we just continue to fall deeper, and deeper into a hole. We had the Tigers minus 1.5 last night over the Twins. The Tigers did win that game, but they only won it by a score of 4-3. So we came up a loser on that one. We also had the Phillies last night over the Nationals on the run line at minus 1.5 runs. And the Nationals at 49-72 won that game by a score of 3-2, despite being out hit 10-6 at home by Philadelphia. So 2 more losses has dropped us to 7-15. I think, J-Dub, I'm about ready to quit this.
It's almost NFL season. You can't quit till then.
Right. We got to start winning somewhere. So I think that with those 2 losses right there, so that's another, $26. So now we are over $100, $113 in the hole.
What's the D-backs under again?
So it is D-backs on the run line. -1.5 in the first 5 innings. So they have to be winning by more than 2 runs at the end of the 5th.
I mean,
inning.
Tanner Gordon's ERA is 8.5.
Yeah, that's what they said that this is a possibility.
Probably a good
for
bet.
Sure. We'll dive into our Diamondbacks download coming up a little bit later. Right now, though, I want you to hear, we're going to be talking to Mackenzie Hamilton coming up. She called the game with Brody Dryden, Arizona soccer game, 5-0 win over UNLV last night. But right now, we want to hear from the head coach of your Arizona soccer team, Becca Moros, after she saw her team put up a whole bunch of goals, including 3 of those 5 goals from her 2 transfers into the program. Talking about Aurora Gaines, who we had on the show, and Lily Boydstun combining to score 3 of those 5 goals. Let's hear from the head coach, Becca Morris, over the on that big win last night.
So got a little chippy there at the end. How'd they kind of stay in it and keep it together? What did you see from them?
From our team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good response from UNLV to come out and try to fight and disrupt us and do that. I think they did that well. So I think, it's important to close out a game. And I think we built ourselves a nice cushion in the first half. I think we could have had a couple more goals in the second half, but I think that the team did a good job mostly managing it. We got a lot of people on the field playing good minutes and stuff too. So overall happy with the way it finished. A little bit crazy night, but
The last 10 or 15 minutes of the first half, it seemed that they got back in a little bit. They didn't get a lot of good chances that UNLV did, but they did get back in. Was that just a matter of I think you were putting in some younger players at that point?
Yeah, and also UNLV was playing kind of 4 in the midfield. We had 3, and we were stopping the ball in the middle of the field when we kind of made those changes. So we got a little bit away from our game plan of not playing into their numerical advantage. And in the first half, the first half of the first half, we did a very good job getting the ball to the wide spaces where they didn't have coverage for their 1v1. So we were very successful out there. And then we kind of slowed that down, didn't get out there as much, and stopped the ball in the middle of the pitch where they had, +1 on us. So I think ultimately that's probably, when we go back and look at the film, that's going to be the big difference of just kind of hanging around where their numbers were for too long, taking too many touches.
And Whitney got some good minutes out there, and she seems to be very vocal. What do you see from her, especially with our youth?
Yeah, no, she's definitely vocal, good leader, good teammate. She was vocal in her club like all the time, so it's something that we saw in her as a player, and I think has helped her sort of slide right into the team and the team dynamics and get to know people and let people know what she needs and help communicate and kind of earn that trust on the field. But she's a good team player, and she's interested in helping out and making sure everybody has the information they need, the support they need, the cover they need, all that stuff. So I think she does a really good job with that.
So you guys have the next game on
Sunday.
Sunday? Okay. So what going to be your focus on that for the next?
Well, we'll actually get to scout that team a little bit because they played against GCU tonight. But I think overall it's continuing to build on the stuff that we're building on. We missed a little bit on our build shape and the things that we wanted to do when we were in possession in our defensive third and building into the middle third. So re-going over some of that stuff. I think that's probably going to be a big priority for us, and then kind of reiterating the quality of what we need when we start to make changes and how we want to keep that consistent and continue to play the same style regardless of who's on the field, and just kind of building a little more consistency into that. But other than that, I think we need to do the same stuff again, and I think that's going to be important for our leaders to push the whole group forward and bring that standard for everybody on the second game of the weekend.
So is that all the weirdness that happened around the penalty kick? What did you see from your side on that as far as how your players reacted and dealt with it?
Yeah, I couldn't tell exactly what was happening. I think he was yelling at the other team, they were tussling for for position. I wouldn't mind him give a yellow card and let's go, because I think you freeze the kicker when you sit there going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with the defensive team, and that's a tactic, right? So at some point you're getting gamed and you just keep it going. So I think that took too long to take the penalty kick. I think that's smart by UNLV, and I think the ref should have managed that a little bit better.
And Rory, she came out ready. What you expected from her?
Yeah, I mean, she did a great job. I think she should have had another one right at the beginning of the game. She almost got a volley into the net as well. So I think she was just in the right spots, doing the right work to get where we want to be to score goals. She was producing, held the ball up well, good feet. Her passing was solid. So I think she had a really good first game with us, and hopefully that's a good confidence boost for her, and she continues to grow with each game.
And having, your youngsters take on that role, what did you see from them that gives you confidence going forward?
Yeah, I think our senior leadership is tremendous. The 6 seniors we have are so solid, great people, really reliable, consistent, communicate beautifully, are hard workers, can grind game in and game out. So I think that they've set a really high standard for the group, and I think that's helped because we are very young. we have 11 sophomores, and then we have 6 freshmen. So 17 out of 27 players are underclassmen. So it's a real credit to the upperclassmen. I think that the environment, the culture is set. It's youthful, it's playful at times, but it's also no nonsense and get stuff done. So I think those younger players are very, very talented and will continue to grow and have big roles. But I really take my hat off to the seniors and how they've managed leading this group so far.
So your 2 transfers, and we talked during the spring season about these were folks that you had targeted before, and they came through. So would you talk a little bit about what you saw out of them?
Yeah, I think it's a first kind of for the program of we've been here long enough to have recruited players. They end up going somewhere else, and then if it's not the best fit for them, we get another shot at them. So prior to that, we weren't getting anybody in the portal that we'd ever recruited. So I think it's just it's a first for the program, and it's the direction we're going in. It's just time, the passage of time. But yeah, we recruited both of those players before, tried to get them, and so when they were in the portal, we were eager to get conversations and get them here and have them meet the team. And we're fortunate that in the second go round they're here with us. And they're very great members of the team already. They're seamless. They fit into everything we're doing. So.
Very, very fortunate as well to get some players like that at Aurora games and Lily Boydstun on this roster.
I love the way Coach phrased that, where she said there's a youthful playfulness from the freshmen, but also that stoic seriousness from the players who weren't maybe going to be on campus for much longer, DK. Yeah. And that balance of remembering why you started playing this game that you love, falling in love with it as a kid, and that youthful joy that you have playing the sport that you love so much. Don't get too serious about it. Mind your P's and Q's and dot your I's and cross your T's. But don't forget why you started playing the game. Freshmen will help the seniors with that.
All right, we'll talk some more soccer. Arizona soccer. Mackenzie Hamilton going to join us next. We'll also talk some Arizona football with Mackenzie as well. DK on the sports tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. With some backups on westbound Speedway at Main Avenue, westbound on Ahaway approaching Mission. Collision at Campbell and 6th Street, roadwork there as well, slowing at the intersection mostly on southbound Campbell at 6th Street. Also reported crashes 22nd and Columbus, Stone Avenue and Alameda, and also Congress and 6th Avenue. There's a chance of showers into the evening, 77 the low, 96 tomorrow with a 25% chance of rain. 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought. This AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, good fellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Sonny, you're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
First of all, I want to congratulate you on your show. I'm really glad and appreciate the show that you guys put together, bringing what I think is sort of quality local radio.
This is a great radio station. You guys go high school and everything, and this is a great radio station, sports-wise.
Well, we appreciate you saying that, Victor. Thank you so much. DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is it, Tucson. The Indoor Football National Championship comes to the Tucson Convention Center. Saturday, August 23rd. The Vegas Nighthawks face off against the Green Bay Blizzard for the ultimate title. And you can be there for every hard-hitting and high-scoring moment. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets now at goifl.com. Be part of the action, feel the energy, and witness history in the making. The IFL National Championship. Saturday, August 23rd at the Tucson Convention Center.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? That's right. Driving high can get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell when you're driving high, well, everyone else in your life can. Your friends can tell, your coworkers can tell, even your parents can tell. So what makes you think law enforcement can't tell? Well, they can. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
I'm Bill Ryder with a Sports Minute. Jordan Love had thumb surgery and is going to be back soon enough. But it's a reminder that the NFC North is even more unpredictable than we thought. Remember, last year Love missed a couple games with an MCL sprain. He had a groin injury throughout the season, and he hurt his elbow at the end of the regular season. The Green Bay Packers don't know what they're going to get from him, just like we don't know what we're going to get from the entire NFC North. It's the most interesting division in football. I'm Bill Ryder.
Two hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Big win last night for Arizona soccer. And let's talk about it. Joined by the young lady who was in the analyst seat for ESPN Plus, the broadcast last night with our fellow Brody Dryden, who we had on the show yesterday. Mackenzie Hamilton joins us. She's also the team reporter for Arizona football. She's also a former soccer player in college. Now, remind us again, Mackenzie, where you went to college.
Yeah, hey, David. Thanks for having me on. I played 4 years at the University of Southern Mississippi, which is in Hattiesburg.
There you go. All right, Southern Miss for sure. Now, did you ever think coming, or had you done that before? Had you ever been an analyst on a game before? Let me ask you that question first.
Yeah, so I got to do a couple games when I was at school in Auburn. So following my time at Southern Miss, I went and did 2 years of grad school at Auburn, and they had me on to do a couple SEC Plus games, which that was a lot of fun because my senior year was COVID. So I played through the spring, had a couple months off for summer, and then got to call games that fall. So I still felt connected to the game a little bit transitioning out of it.
All right, so what's your process as an analyst when you get ready to be in that seat for a game?
Oh, definitely tons and tons of research. Just start off with shout out to all of the SIDs, R1s here at Arizona, but every school too, their game notes, their roster notes, stats, all of that. Just dive into that. And then I really love trying to watch a former match. So for last night's game, obviously it was the season opener, so I went back and watched Arizona's final game of the 2024 season, and the same with UNLV, who Arizona played. I went and watched their final game too of their season, just to get a feel of their style of play, see a couple different players in action, just because watching it is so different than describing it to and reading about it.
We're chatting with Mackenzie Hamilton, U of A team broadcaster, covers really covers all the programs. But she is definitely embedded with the football program. We'll get to that a little bit later. So in your research, as you're researching this game, give me that one nugget of information, that maybe one cool story that you came across that you're like, I absolutely have to use this in the broadcast tonight.
Ooh, this wasn't really a huge story, but I called UNLV's coach, Denny Williams, before the game and just ran through, we generally do coaches' calls just to get to ask them questions, pick their thoughts before the game, just keys, things they've seen from the team in the preseason or games leading up to it. And I really enjoyed talking with her, and I shared a little of this on the broadcast. Just every time I asked her about a player, she would just light up. She would share some funny story, and it was totally about the player's personality. It was really not related much to soccer. And then she would get into the soccer part too, and their technical ability and everything. But I really enjoyed talking with her, and just some of the funny little tidbits she would share about just some of the girls, how competitive they were, just trash talking in practice, or some fun recruiting stories she had for a handful of the girls that were new to the team too.
Great opening night for Arizona, and particularly for the two transfers. Aurora Gaines, we had her on the show earlier, and Lily Boydstun. What were your takeaways from these two new Wildcats and what they could potentially add to this side this year?
Yeah, I mean, they had phenomenal performances last night. I think a big question for the Wildcats headed into this season was who was going to be some of that presence in the midfield for them. They graduated leaders in those two positions that contributed a lot of the scoring, really the bulk of the scoring last year for them in those central positions, especially attacking. And so that was the area that Arizona had to fill, and Aurora and Lily stepped up last night and showed that they have the potential to fill that this season.
Long night last night. You guys had a little bit of a weather situation that came through. We were asking before, I imagine they didn't do the fireworks last night, correct?
No fireworks last night, sadly, which for multiple reasons, I think that was the right call
We were joking that I think the match didn't end until probably close to 11:30. I was like, there's probably an ordinance that you cannot do fireworks that late in the evening in a neighborhood setting when you have people living right across the street. Do you know if they're going to reschedule that for the folks out that may want to know?
Yes, they are going to reschedule it. I don't know what game yet. Obviously not this Sunday. It's going to be a 10:30 kickoff, so too early, but they did say they will postpone those.
All right, what do you know about UC Irvine match number 2 coming up on Sunday? This weekend set up a lot like the Big 12 weekends where you're going to play Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah, so they just played GCU last night and took them down 4-1.
Wow.
They scored 3 goals within 9 minutes in the second half. It was equalized. They tied it up in the first half, or actually GCU had tied it up. They had UC Irvine had scored first. And so they came out and just exploded that second half. I think it's definitely going to be more of a competitive matchup for Arizona on Sunday. And similar to Arizona, UC Irvine returns a lot of veteran defenders. And so I think it'll be a more competitive matchup.
And obviously the back end of this group for Arizona, is really where a lot of the experience lies for this club. What did you see from game one? Obviously, you got your captain back there, and Ella Hattiberg is one of the key pieces to that defense. Olivia Ramey, another captain in the goal. What did you see from the backside of the defense and how they were able to shut down UNLV last night?
Yeah, they stayed very calm, cool, and collected. And also Maya Brown, another senior defender and a captain back there in the central back position, she had a great game. I think she had a total of 3 slide tackles where she just timed them beautifully. Going in on those, it's always a little bit risky because if you don't get ball, if you put the other player in a dangerous situation, that's an automatic penalty kick. And every single time it was a clean play. And she's that last line of defense before it gets to Olivia Ramey. And so I was super impressed by her.
All right, so let's get to your other main gig, and that's football. A lot of expectations, a lot of new members of the staff that are coming in. Seth Dagey, offensive coordinator. Danny Gonzalez, who's really got this defense playing out of their mind in camp. That's been my biggest takeaway. Mackenzie is just the defense has just really been on point through these first 13 practices.
Yeah, I love it. Talking with Coach Gonzalez and talking with a lot of the guys on the defense. Coach Brennan's big saying, and he's really doubled down on it this season, is red line, 100. For people who don't know, that's just, full out effort, full out everything. And the defense has really embodied that. I mean, every time I've asked a different defensive player, just how would you describe the mentality of the defense and what are the goals that the defense has this year, they all repeat that, 100, red line. That's like they all are on the same page too with it. I love it.
And obviously, one big change was Chuba Maye moving over from the defense to offense, and he's been getting some run with the ones this week in practice. That guy, is he the funniest guy on the team? Because it seems like he's all over the place doing a lot of your guys' videos and that kind of thing. He seems like one of those guys that's just kind of the fun guy you want to be around.
Oh, yeah, and I think he comes across on camera just like he does in person. He's so authentic, too. And you'll have to ask him if you ever get to talk about it or talk to him. I think he wants to go into acting, wants to go into these things. He is always so down to do whatever we throw at him, any ideas that, our marketing team here has these great ideas like Chow Down with Chuba, which is a series they have going on right now where he's going to local restaurants and trying food and interviewing the chefs and other athletes he takes with him. But, yeah, he makes me laugh because he just wears so many different hats. I feel like, too, last season, was his first season, and I would see him at pretty much like all the volleyball games, all the soccer games. He's just super plugged in here on campus.
That is awesome. Speaking of all of that, I know we saw you last year on a number of the different broadcasts and whatnot. What's your schedule in terms of where we're going to see you, we're going to hear you? I know you were on the radio some last year. Are you going to be on a lot of those different platforms again?
Yes, so plan is the same. So I'm excited to be calling soccer this year. I'll call and do color for the majority of those. I'll be returning with Brian Jeffries and crew for sideline for football, and then also hoping to do some sideline for our volleyball ESPN Plus broadcast as well. And we'll just we're taking it a little game by game right now. We're waiting on some of those times and stuff to see if there's any conflicts, but that is the plan right now.
Now, Brody told us yesterday he was only doing last night's game. He wasn't working Sunday, so who do we got in the play-by-play seat for Sunday?
Yeah, I'm excited. We have Chris Harris on Sunday with me. I haven't worked with him before, but we've been prepping together, and I think it's going to be a good game.
There you go. See, you're a Swiss Army knife. You can work with anyone. That's the key. That's the key to surviving in this business, is to be able to work with anybody.
Well, thanks. We'll see you after Sunday. Well, that'll be the two tests.
10:30 will be the kickoff. Arizona and UC Irvine, the second home match of the. I'm going to ask you this question. I don't know if you probably didn't listen to our show yesterday, but you work inside the department. I want to ask, how many home events across all of the sports do you think that there are? We actually counted them up yesterday. How many home events do you think there are between all of the sports that the U of A puts out there?
So all the sports, fall and spring. Oof, I should know this, but I'm going to go, and fall is definitely way lighter than spring. So I'm going to guess 155?
Higher.
Wow, okay. Am I really off?
Not really, but yeah, a little bit.
Are we in the 200s?
Actually, we're right about two. I think we've dialed it back to 196. Was the final total yesterday. 196 events between the fall, winter, and spring sports here at the University of Arizona.
Dang. Yeah, what I didn't take into account was all of those home softball games in the preseason. Those add up quickly.
There you go. I don't think we counted those too. Did you count the fall games too, J-Dub, when we did that? So that might add over 200 there.
Well, softball and baseball are they're the ones that make up the majority of it for sure.
Exactly. Those two teams alone carry the weight for the majority of the games. Mackenzie, appreciate you as always. We look forward to having you on throughout the season.
Thanks, David.
Mackenzie Hamilton, U of A broadcaster, team reporter for football, analyst, ESPN Plus for Arizona soccer broadcasts as well. DK on the sports tip, 2 hours in the books, 1 more hour to go. Cricket's got more of what's happening this weekend around Southern Arizona. We'll have your Diamondbacks download as they get set for Game 2 tonight in Denver against the Colorado Rockies. We'll also get you prepped for the Mercury tonight at home against Las Vegas. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Expect slowing. Keno Parkway near I-10, a lot of road work at that intersection. Backups on westbound Ajo approaching Mission. Collisions reported 22nd Street and Columbus, 22nd Street and Country Club, also at Campbell and 6th Street. There is a 45% chance of rain up until about 6 or 7 tonight, 77 the low, 96 tomorrow with a 25% chance of rain, 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER gets you out of plumbing danger.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, will arrive in one day or your repair is free.
That's right. What's right? What the singing people just said.
Gary, you have your earbuds in. I don't know what you're hearing.
Oh, this.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, will arrive in one day or your repair is free.
That's right.
Hi, guys. What's right? That I have my earbuds in.
No, you don't. We were listening to the singing people.
Maybe I should go out and come back in again.
It's the thing about how we arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Oh, right. It's the Alaskan AC guarantee, so people aren't left waiting for a repairman. Don't we have singing people for that? Yes. Here, use my earbuds. Gross.
Just play it, Gary.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, will arrive in one day or your repair is free.
That's right.
I know, right?
Right. I'm glad we had this meeting.
AlaskanAC.com.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Ready to score a new vehicle?
Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
Back to UberTube expert Eugene Snurkle and his best friend Doug.
Eugene, is it true you can't fix your car's air conditioning, so you're moving to Alaska or the North Pole or something?
Sorry, Doug. I meant to tell you, but I just can't seem to crack the code on fixing my car's AC.
Sorry to interrupt, Eugene, but we all know how this needs to end with a trip to Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Hi, folks. Sean Furrier here with some sizzling summer specials. Besides the chilly prices on AC repair and big tire rebates, we've also got Duramax 5-year free replacement batteries on sale this month with a $25 installation credit. That means free installation for most cars and trucks.
Seems a bit extreme.
Yes, Doug, an extremely tough battery built for Arizona, and you can be extremely confident in the Duramax 5-year free replacement guarantee. So for award-winning service, call or stop by one of our 14 area locations or make an appointment online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Arizona's free safety position has a new name, the Bear.
A little ferocious name.
But it's going to be intercepted by Arizona. Genesis Smith.
Bear down with Genesis Smith and the Cats all season long. Right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems, like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic, semaglutide injection 0.5 milligrams.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. What does it take to work for Arizona Athletics?
Whenever we hire anyone, we talk about high, low, high. High character, low ego, high outcome and energy.
We are your home for U of A sports. Wildcats Radio, 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final hour of our show for today. Final hour of our show for the week. Full shows next week. Although I will be out on a Wednesday because Cleveland is coming to the desert for a 3-game series. When your Diamondbacks get ready to dispatch the Rockies, they'll come home to welcome the Tribe to town Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'm going to go up and go to Wednesday, which is a day game at Chase Field. Looking forward to seeing my team, which is, they're playing much better than when I saw them in Chicago at the beginning of July when they were losing 10 consecutive games in a row.
It's tough, man, to put together 2 great seasons in a row these days.
It is. It's not easy. It is not easy, and obviously you lose one of the best closers in the game.
What's the news on
betting? I have not heard anything. What I have heard is that he's likely not. Neither one of those guys is pitching again this year, and we'll kind of see what happens after the season is over.
I mean, you go from having unquestionably the best, middle relief and closer in the game to not having those things.
Exactly. It's rough. It's rough when you think about it. But again, speaking of betting, I don't know if you saw this, J-Dub, but the Little League put out a statement today because apparently, so betting on the Little League World Series is completely illegal here in the United States.
Be.
Yeah, absolutely. But apparently, there are offshore entities that do have lines on the Little League, and so Little League literally put out a statement today, and I'll read it to you. This came out, actually, I think this might have been yesterday that they put this statement out that essentially says, while Little League International continues to monitor the complexities and ever-evolving world of sports betting, we feel strongly that there's no place for betting on Little League games or on any youth sports competition. Little League is a trusted place where children are learning the fundamentals of the games and all of the important life lessons that come with having fun, celebrating teamwork, and playing with integrity. And no one should be exploiting the success and failures of children playing the game they love for their own personal gain. This is the statement put out by Little League. So I was like, I didn't know what had happened. So apparently, though, there are some offshore entities like Bovada, one called Bovada, that does provide lines on Little League baseball. That's absolutely crazy to me. If you think about that we've actually that you've got. But again, it's this is where we are in the 21st. I guess I can't be a hypocrite and say we got to get with the 21st century on the instance of advanced scouting in college football and injury reports in college football, and then say that we shouldn't be betting on kids when we are. Sports betting has exploded in the last 5 years.
Well, the UK, right, has always famously been super gambling crazed, and you can bet on anything over there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
one of the let's see, there was something else on this. Bet Online is one of the services, offshore accounts or offshore services that provides this. Their brand manager, this was his statement. He said, the Little League World Series is an exciting tournament, and our customers absolutely love to watch, and we get requests from them every year around this time to offer odds.
That's my biggest problem, DK, is I think gambling's great. However, if you get so deep into it that you can't enjoy something without betting on it.
Yeah.
So what he said there is our customers love watching Little League World Series and need to be able to bet on it while they're watching it, right?
Yeah. That was Dave Mason. He's the brand manager of Bet Online. He goes on. He says, this will probably be shocking to hear, but we'll take more bets on these Little League games than we will on any professional tennis or soccer match over the next 2 weeks. Wow. I don't know a lot of people that are betting on professional tennis, but apparently there are those that do. I would be interesting. Obviously, soccer is way more huge in Europe than it is here, but I would be interested to know. I have no knowledge. What is betting on soccer in Europe like betting on the NFL here? In the United States, is it similar?
Let me get you some numbers. Hold on a second.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you are the numbers man. So we'll let J-Dub work on that. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Week 2 of the NFL preseason getting underway as well. Shedeur Sanders for my team is not going to play due to I believe it's a strained oblique or something of that nature that he's got. So I don't know who's playing quarterback for the Browns tomorrow night in Philadelphia against the Eagles. The Cardinals wrapped up their practices with the Denver Broncos. They will play the Broncos tomorrow night on NFL Network. That'll be a 6:30 kickoff at Empower Field at Mile High. So looking forward to game number 2 for your Birds as well. Maybe a little bit later in the show, we'll let you hear from the Birds as well as they get ready for their ball game. Anything on that yet there, J-Dub?
I see 200 billion euros a year on just the Premier League.
What's I have no idea. What is euros?
Euro to dollar?
200 billion is
It changes by the day. Let me check for you.
Okay. I have no idea if that's equal to the U.S. dollar, if that's less than the U.S. dollar.
Currently, it's 1.17 is the current exchange rate.
Okay. That's higher or lower? So like 1.7. So 1 euro is 1.
1 euro is 1.17 U.S. dollars.
Okay. All right. There you go. So $1.17.
Yeah.
Essentially. Okay.
So kind of like a yard and a meter, if you want to think of it in American and European terms.
Okay. There you go. WNBA tonight, you've got the Phoenix Mercury back home. They'll be taking on the Las Vegas Aces. One of the teams that's playing better in this league right now. The Aces are 19-14. They are just a game behind the Mercury in the Western Conference. The Mercury come in. They've played 2 less games, so the Mercury are 19-12. So both teams with 19 wins, but the Mercury with just 12 losses. We had Nate Tibbetts on the show earlier this week, and I asked the head coach of the Phoenix Mercury about constructing this roster and the turnover of this franchise in years where you had iconic names like Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner, and this new phase of Phoenix Mercury baseball and what they wanted this roster to look like moving forward into this new era.
I think it's always difficult, moving on from stars and legends, but also it's exciting time. And so we wanted to go into free agency with an open mind, because you really never know what can happen. But we've got a great facility here that players in our league are excited about, and also just what the organization has meant to the W in general. There's been many great teams here, and because of the 2 players that you mentioned earlier, and DT and BG. And so this was an opportunity for us. We had Kalia Copper coming back, but for us to go out and get Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabale was just a big step in the process of us making a jump.
All right, that was Nate Tibbetts. We had Nate Tibbetts on DK on the Sports Tip. He joined us, what was that, Wednesday? Yeah, 2 days ago, Wednesday. Nate joined us, Mercury and Las Vegas Aces tonight. And again, it's been the last few games. Really by like the last 12 games, the Mercury have been trying to figure out their new rotations with the addition to Dewana Bonner. You've got Kalia Copper coming back from injury. So it has not necessarily been an easy trek for this team, since they kind of really, at one point, were 9 games above 500. They lost 5 of 6, then turn around and won 3 of 4. So they are 4-6 in their last 10 games. And I asked Nate just about this current rotation and how he wants to try to get it settled for this stretch run.
As a coach, you always want numbers to kind of back up the reason why you're playing certain people. We haven't been lucky enough to do that. Just we had a ton of injuries early, and our rotations were different, and the players that we were playing were different. And we've had a lot of people step up, and now that we're getting here, obviously with the addition to DB, our rotation, which was 10 and 9 players on some nights, is been the last couple of games down to 8. And so it's a rotation that I'm excited about. We just need more reps and, opportunities, possessions to kind of figure out what works and doesn't work. And I think that we're going to get that as long as we stay healthy. But every team, to be quite honest, goes through that.
And would you believe that Alyssa Thomas, who, had 3 straight triple-doubles, is almost averaging a triple-double this season? 16 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists this season.
It's crazy because
for Alyssa Thomas.
The second most triple-doubles in WNBA history is 4.
Yeah.
Career is 4, and she just had 3 in a row.
3 in a row for sure. 520-848-1290 if you're headed up to the game tonight. Love to hear from you on that as well. We are joined back by the third member of our program. There we go. See, it says Dragon Ball. I got to get his name off there and put her name on there. Cricket joins us back here again. She is here every Friday to tell you about things that are happening here in southern Arizona. And I'll add one, I think, once you get done, Cricket, that I thought sounded really cool going on up on the north side tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tonight is a big birthday celebration. Tonight, Hotel Congress is celebrating Tucson's 250th birthday. Again, tonight from 7 to 10 at Hotel Congress. Tomorrow night, Journey USA. It's a Journey tribute band at the Rialto Theater. Also tomorrow night, the band Heart in concert in Prescott at the Findlay Toyota Center. And the Summer Slam event and car show tomorrow at St. Philip's Plaza, 6 to 10 p.m., by the way. Cool classic and lowrider cars, food, margaritas, cocktails, and music.
And I've got this one here. How about this event is called Brews and Bites. Brews and Bites.
Okay.
It's at the Highlands at Dove Mountain tomorrow, way up in Marana. It's between 6 and 8 tomorrow. Tucson Originals Restaurants and Tucson Foodie is putting this on, Brews and Bites, a one-of-a-kind, they're calling it a one-of-a-kind culinary celebration of Tucson's craft beer scene. This is at the Highlands of Dove Mountain. There's going to be, so what they're doing is they're taking Tucson's top chefs and they're pairing things that they're cooking with some of the local brews here that you can get. So you can stroll and sip. I was about to say stroll and strip.
Don't do that. You might get arrested.
Say that 5 times fast.
Exactly.
Stroll, sip, and savor. They said there'll be live
stroll, drink, and strip.
Exactly.
Is usually how
There
that
you
goes
go.
down.
The only stripping going on is Dragon Ball at his house. They'll have live music there. Guitarist Joshua Rhodes. I've never heard of Joshua, but I'm sure he's
stripping
fabulous.
paint off of his tub, Cricket.
Exactly,
Nothing nefarious.
There you go. Yeah, he's Mr. DIY, DIY, or whatever they call it. I'm not that, so I don't even know how to spell it. Tickets are $65, so it's not cheap. But if you are a Tucson Foodie Insider, you can get the tickets for $55. Are either of you a Tucson Foodie Insider?
No,
is it Shane Reeser? We've had Shane.
Yeah, we've had several of them
before.
on.
Yeah.
I knew somebody who was one of their original writers, and I was invested back then. I'm not sure. I might still be a Foodie Insider. I'd have to check my credit card payment.
Okay. Well,
Exactly.
maybe you can send me your Foodie Pass, and I can get it for $55 tomorrow night. All right, Cricket, appreciate you. Anything exciting on the agenda for the weekend?
Not really.
No, dog walking, all that good stuff?
Yeah, walking the dogs, yeah.
All right, very good. And we will talk to you next week.
Okay, sounds
All
good.
right.
All right, and from the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Expect some slowdowns on Keno Parkway near I-10. A lot of road work there. Usual rush hour backups westbound on Ahaway at Mission Road, and collisions eastbound I-10 frontage road at Prince Road, also at 22nd Street and Country Club. So there is a chance of showers into the evening, 77 the overnight.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance.
The clouds outside look really nice right now.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Nice for a rain or just nice?
Just nice.
Nice buildup.
Yeah. But they've looked like that like almost all afternoon, just in different areas, you know. Maybe some rain tomorrow. Maybe. There's a chance. 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
The jungle has moved afternoon, so grab your best Tucson tuxedo and join us on the Jim Rome Show weekdays from noon till 3 p.m. right here on the flagship home of your Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
It's time to talk Grizzly.
The air conditioner made specifically for Arizona summers.
Alaskan AC introduced the Grizzly a couple years ago, and the reviews are pouring in.
This one says, I love how quiet it is. I can hardly hear it come on, but I'm always comfortable.
Another person writes, finally an air conditioner that can withstand the desert heat and dust.
This one says, I like its fluffy fur and cute black nose.
Anyway, if it's time to upgrade your AC, you can't do better than the Grizzly.
Only available at Alaskan AC.
People love it.
Like this person who said, we live in an older home and the Grizzly keeps us comfortable in every room.
Or this guy. We live just outside of town and the dust is horrible. Glad we have an AC that can take it.
Or this one. He's so cuddly and has these adorable pads on his paws.
Gary, I think you're on a different webpage.
Gary, I think you're different.
Learn more about the Grizzly at alaskanac.com.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero!
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it!
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco!
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports, sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. The Minnesota Lynx and New York Liberty have been dominating WNBA headlines all season, but watch out for the Atlanta Dream. Winners of 6 straight and a 2-point loss to the Valkyries away from a 9-game winning streak, Atlanta has now moved past New York for second place in the standings. They also got 2 of their best players back from injury, Ryan Howard and Brittany Griner. In their absence, veteran Alicia Gray has been leading the charge. The 3-time All-Star has scored at least 20 points in 4 of her last 5 games.
I don't know, I just continue being myself. It's nice to have our heavy hitters back in BG and Ross, so that kind of allows me to take a deep breath. And then when Ra was hitting those I was hyped. That's probably the loudest I've screamed in a minute.
Atlanta is now 21-11 on the season. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Erica Herskowitz on Westwood One.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
DQ presents The Sound of Happy. Hear that?
That's the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time in no time, it can only be the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. It was a pretty good night from the start for your Arizona Diamondbacks last night in Denver.
2-2 on Lourdes. Gurriel gets it in the air. This is headed to right center field. It's carrying. It's on its way. And it's gone. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. makes it 3-0 out of the gate. The cleanup hitter cleaning up.
Diamondbacks Download. Baseball talk.
Yeah, the ball carries at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It carried in the first inning, a 3-run homer by Lourdes Gurriel. It would carry in the second inning with Hip Hip Herrera at the plate.
Jose Herrera bats ninth. Herrera hits a fly ball to right field. Come on, ball. Keep going. There it goes. And it's gone. Jose Herrera makes it 5-0 Diamondbacks. That's Jose's second this year.
And that is all that Eduardo Rodriguez would need on this night.
Got it by him at 92, and that's exactly what they want to see. A well-placed fastball with 2 strikes. That's strike 3. Dotted the fastball right there, and he's picked up his 3rd strikeout. Boy, that was an overmatch right there. Wants it up high again. And Tovar chases Eduardo Rodriguez with 5 strikeouts through 2 2/3. Right center, Corbin Carroll's there. Eduardo Rodriguez pitches an absolute gem at Coors Field.
He did indeed. He did indeed pitch a gem. 7 innings, 1 earned run on 6 hits. He had 6 strikeouts, allowed just 1 home run, man. That's the Eduardo Rodriguez you want. Start in and start out next season, if you can get it for sure. Juan Murillo and Jalen Beeks wrap things up for an 8-2 win. Let's hear from the manager, Torey Lovello, on that performance by Eduardo Rodriguez.
Probably the command of his fastball. I thought he had a real good changeup. Was reading swings. The cutter got some easy outs as well. And look, they're a very dangerous team in this ballpark. They're a very right-handed team in this ballpark. So if you make mistakes in the middle of the zone, they're going to hurt you. And Eddie did not make any mistakes, from what I could tell, in the middle of the zone. He's working those edges really well.
He did do that for sure, and the offense continues. I mean, they've been hitting the ball out of the ballpark pretty consistently on this road trip between Texas and Colorado. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Had the big home run to get things going on Thursday night, and Torey says his approach is really the epitome of the hitting approach that they have with this team right now.
It's part of our recipe. It's part of our culture. Patience through the entire at bat. Put pressure on the pitcher to throw the ball over the plate, and if you don't get your pitch, you check off on it. Lourdes gets credit for the 3-run home run, but it doesn't happen without those 2 guys. And their pitcher looked like he was on the attack early with an aggressive fastball, but we made him put the ball on the plate. We had him out of the game at 3 1/3 or 3 2/3. So he's so easy to root for. He's a great teammate. He's always the first one in line to root for his teammates. So when it's our turn to cheer for him and watch those accomplishments, it's a great moment. He doesn't try to hit home runs. He can't hit home runs. He just wants to see pitches, control the zone, have quality at bats. And in this case, he jumped on a first pitch. It was a great moment.
Great moment for sure, and the Diamondbacks have had some great moments. Winners of 6 of their last 7 ball games, and really 9-3 in their last 12 since they had that 6-game losing streak. Again, it's like what we talked about, streaking. We see these teams, and it's not, I mean, it's all these teams we're talking. We mentioned yesterday what we've seen with the Detroit's kind of come back to the pack. Have the Brewers lost yet this week? They had one at one point, like
that's why
12 games in a row, and now the Diamondbacks have turned around and won 9 of 12.
It's so hard, that pendulum of are we buyers or sellers at the trade deadline, because those swings, like you say, I mean, a 6-game, you go 2-8 in your 10 games prior to the trade deadline, and you might decide that some of your veterans would be better served somewhere else, so you can get some young arms in there and teach them what you're all about. And then the Diamondbacks do all that, trade away, obviously, some of their best players, and now they go on a big run.
9-3 in their last 12 games. Torey Lovella likes where this team is right now.
We want to check every box when we're here. We want to go out and play a complete game. We're not going to take anything for granted. A real credit to what we do here from an offensive standpoint. That's set up by our hitting coaches, and they do a great job of sending their message. Like I said, that team across the field is very capable of putting up big numbers. So we're not going to take anything for granted. We're a good baseball team right now, and we're playing the way I want us to. So I want that to continue for sure.
Is that a Lou Holtz moment right there?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. They're only 4.5 out. 4.5 out of that third wild card spot right now. I don't want to get real excited or real happy about it. Just, again, especially because my team is coming in, and these are important games for us coming up next week as well, because the Tribe is only a half game out of the wild card in the American League right now, 7 of 10, and they've turned things around as well. So that's going to be a really good series coming up here at Chase Field Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon between the Tribe and the Diamondbacks next week. Really looking forward to their biannual visit here into Arizona. Speaking of big things coming up, the Indoor Football National Championship game is happening Saturday, August the 23rd. This will be next Saturday at the Tucson Convention Center. The Ultimate Football Showdown, Vegas Nighthawks, led by Jaden DeLora versus the Green Bay Blizzards. Kickoff will be at 7:30 next Saturday night down at the Tucson Arena. The party, though, is going to start early. There's a free championship tailgate from 4:15 to 6:15, and then you can enjoy live mariachi performances. There'll be mascots on hand and a whole lot more. All of the details, if you want more info, head on over right now to wildcatsradio1290.com. We are hoping we will definitely have some interviews around that game coming up for you next week. We are efforting a chance to talk to Jaden DeLora, the former quarterback here at the University of Arizona. I don't know that we necessarily have heard from Jaden since his departure from the U of A, so it'd be interesting. And we didn't get a chance to get out there the night that he came in and played here. They beat the Sugar Skulls in a game back in July at home. So it'll be interesting to hear from Jaden about where his football career has taken him since he left the University of Arizona. Also want to throw this out there. We had Joseph Blair on the show about a little over a month ago, and his Mama Blair basketball camp is coming up tomorrow and Sunday as well over at Pueblo High School. This is a 2-day skills clinic for youngsters ages 13 to 18, Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Sunday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. over at Pueblo High School. Again, this is a co-ed opportunity, so it's for both boys and girls. Appreciate all the folks out at the Easter Seals Blake Foundation, Aviva Children's Services, Big Brother, Big Sister of Tucson, Pasquayaki and Tohono Tribes for helping sponsor this great event with Joseph Blair to honor his mother, Mama Blair, Judith, who I knew very well, who passed away about 6 years ago now. But a great opportunity for you to bring your kid out. Again, this is absolutely free, a free basketball camp. The Mama Blair basketball camp over at Pueblo High School coming up on Saturday and Sunday. So go take your kid over there and learn some skills from one of the best guys that you'll definitely want to learn from. And that's Joseph Blair, who has been a coach in the G League and a coach in the NBA for a number of years as well. Since his retirement from playing professional basketball. All right, speaking of basketball, tonight we mentioned we've got the WNBA up in Phoenix, and Asia Wilson is going to be in the house.
first points to the Aces. Wilson baseline fader, pretty. Tina Charles doing all she could. Help D just coming over as well. But Asia Wilson, another bucket for her. Gets the shot off, long rebound. Asia Wilson gives the Aces another chance. There you go. Oh yeah, gets it right back, and an and one as Charles just got caught. Wilson hesitation on the handoff. Give her the and one.
Happens. The offense was moving, and Asia Wilson doesn't hesitate. She gets the ball and goes to the rim.
Being hounded, boy, the defensive intensity is really picked up by Connecticut, but somehow Asia Wilson just keeps weaving down until she gets the layup. As Rivers gets the shot from the corner, and that is rebound number 20 for Asia Wilson. 32 points, 20 rebounds.
And the bench celebrated her right there. Huge on that one.
Don't look now, but the Aces have won 5 in a row, 7 of their last 8 ball games, coming off an 83-77 victory over the defending champions earlier this week, the New York Liberty. In the game, the highlights you just heard there was the game from Sunday, in which Asia Wilson had 32 points and 20 rebounds, the first 30-20 game in the history of the WNBA. Let's hear from Asia, the soft-spoken Asia Wilson, on her feet. Oh, okay. Let's hear from instead Nate Tibbetts on Asia Wilson and her feet.
I mean, she's probably going to set a lot of firsts. I mean, that's how good she is. Yeah, I mean, when you think about Las Vegas, you think of Asia first off, and trying to slow her down and make it tough and show her bodies on each and every possession. And then, you can move to Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray. And I mean, they've won championships. They're one of the better teams in our league. They've probably had not as good a year up until this point that they've wanted to, but the last 10 games, they're kind of starting to find themselves and play at the level that everyone expects.
All right, that was Nate Tibbetts, I should say, talking about Asia Wilson. It'll be the Aces and the Mercury tonight, 7 o'clock tip-off. That game will be on ION, which I believe is one of the side channels here connected to KGUN.
Yeah.
Locally, I don't know that I can get that on my TV either.
So last year, Asia Wilson was number 1 in scoring and number 2 in rebounding. So if anybody's going to get a 30-20 game, DK, or be the first, that would be her.
There you go. Minnesota right now with a 7.5 game advantage over the Mercury, 8.5 over the Aces, who are quickly coming. Maybe we'll add this to our bet thing tonight when we come back for our last segment. DK on the sports tip. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. We got your bet, your Desert Diamond Casino replay coming up as well as we wrap this show up. Take it away, Cricket.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Congress and Granada and Congress. We've got a reported crash there. Also clearing stages, 22nd Street and Country Club. Traffic signals malfunctioning, Ahaway and Mission. And slowdowns, backups. We've got backups at Ahaway and Mission. There's a chance of showers into the evening, 96 tomorrow with a 25% chance of rain, and cloudy, 91 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic, semaglutide injection 0.5 milligrams.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's part sports.
Kudos, they got it done. Doesn't matter if they win championships.
Part pop culture.
Jerry Bruckheimer. How did this come about?
After we finished Top Gun, Joe Kosinski came to me and said, I have this idea about making an F1 movie. I mean, these things are rocket ships.
And in the best celebrity interviews.
Here with Jerry Seinfeld. Was it truly a pitch about a show about nothing?
The original pitch was how a comedian gets his material, which Larry and I knew we were lying when we said it, because nobody wants to see that.
And you've got the Rich Eisen Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
The Red Sox could not have handled this any worse, nor was Devers ever going to go on Mookie Betts with it and say, I'll do whatever you need. So, the Red Sox, knowing they had a player that didn't want to be there, saw a way to get out from underneath a $250 million commitment and pulled the trigger like the Moneyball team that they have become. Shocking, and then at the same time, not shocking at all.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
ABC Water and Air, your local comfort experts. Proudly serving Tucson and surrounding areas with HVAC and plumbing services you can trust. Fast, affordable, and reliable. Got a breakdown? They guarantee service within 24 hours. From AC tune-ups to plumbing inspections and duct cleaning, they've got you covered. Ask them about their True Tune-Up Gold Package. It's more than just a checkup. Call 520-812-1597 or visit abcwaterandair.com. ABC Water and Air, always bringing comfort.
Average doesn't grow your business. Smart Strategy does. Cumulus digital campaigns outperform industry benchmarks by over 25%. You're not average, and your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com today to leave average behind.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free interest-earning checking account with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly, or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Get ready, Tucson. The Indoor Football League National Championship isn't just a game. It's an all-day celebration. It's all happening Saturday, August 23rd at the Tucson Convention Center for the ultimate football showdown. The Vegas Nighthawks versus the Green Bay Blizzard. Kickoff at 7:30. The party starts early with their free championship tailgate from 4:15 to 6:15 p.m. Enjoy live mariachi performances, mascot appearances, and more.
Details at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
This is Gresh with a Sports Minute paid for by NHTSA. Drunk driving changes your world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Some have wondered what's been going on with Jerry Jones down in Dallas. He says if he needs to, he creates the soap opera and the Cowboys operate better. I don't know if Micah Parsons would agree when the owner shuns a great player and the rest of the players start putting things on social media backing the star who's being shunned. Maybe that's the wrong kind of soap opera in Dallas, Jera. I'm Gresh.
Drinking and driving will change your whole world. The next time you're out with your friends, consider what would happen if you got pulled over after drinking, like the legal fees or the time in court or a DUI on your record. Your decision to drink and drive could change someone else's world too if you hurt or kill them in a crash. Instead, what if your decision to call a sober ride changed your world for the better? Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, since we're losing our shirt on our BetMGM network top plays in this new 80, no, I'm sorry, what is this? How many? I don't even know how many we're doing in this season. I think it's 82. This new 82 bet season. We're already 7-15 and over $100 in the hole. We might as well add the Mercury's game to the ledger tonight to go along with Rangers on the money line over the Jays and Diamondbacks run line over the Rockies in the first 5 innings. So
that's the attitude. If you're losing at the table, just put more money down.
You might as well keep putting more money down. Exactly. So should we take, there's 2 ways we can do this. I'm not taking the Mercury on the money line. That's only minus 200, so we're not going to win anything there. Should we take the Aces on the money line at plus 163? That's a plus money bet. Or should we take the Mercury minus 4.5 at minus 109? I'll let you decide.
I like that one.
Mercury minus
4.5, yeah.
I think they'll win tonight. All right, so we'll take the Mercury minus 4.5 on the money. Minus 4.5 at minus 109. And our $12.90 bet there will get us back $11.87. So we'll have 3 plays to talk about when we come back to you on Monday.
We could do a prop bet. Or will Asia Wilson have another 30-20 game tonight?
Well, I know. I'd just be, now that you brought that up, I'm just curious. I don't know. I'd like to see if there is a prop.
The answer is no, and you know why? It's because Mercury's defense is legit this year.
Player 3s. So this would be, no, that's 3-point shots. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if there's a player specials here. Let's see if there's Asia Wilson 30 point. Oh, this is 30 plus points, rebounds, and all that together. But I don't know if it has just what you said there, 30-20. I'm sure you could probably bet. Triple double, Alyssa Thomas to record another triple double is plus 270. Want to throw that in there?
Hey,
since we're getting our butts kicked, right?
I mean, she's got 3 triple doubles in the last week and a half.
Right?
So.
Yeah. Gosh. Now, let's see what that would win us at $12.90. $34. Yeah, sure. All right. Might as well throw that in there. So we'll go Mercury minus 4.5. Alyssa Thomas to record another triple double. We'll probably lose all 4 of those coming back next.
Come on, AT.
Oh, boy. All right, 520-848-12. Last chance for you to get in on this program before we depart here. Last chance if you want to head over to Twitter and comment on the new field seating at Arizona Stadium. We've had some interesting responses to that, and so we'll read a few more of those if we get some more ahead of the show on Monday. Let's give you, though, our Desert Diamond Casino replay, and it is brought to you by Desert Diamond Casino Sportsbook. It is, speaking of betting, it is Arizona's best bet. We had a chance to chat with Aurora Gaines, Arizona soccer transfer. She arrives from LSU by way of Milton, Georgia, and I asked her, as she was looking to make the change from LSU to U of A, if she picked U of A because she was recruited by Becca Moros out of high school.
Becca did recruit me out of high school. So, I had a few conversations with them, and, ultimately I chose LSU. But, when I reopened my recruitment, once I hit the transfer portal, I was like, I'm open to anything and everything. And I was like, Becca has been nothing but kind and gracious this whole time. And University of Arizona is like a place that I want to be a part of. So let me go take this visit. And it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made.
We're chatting with Aurora Gaines, sophomore forward for the Arizona Wildcats. It's interesting, Aurora, because one of the things we were wondering was, like, where's the scoring going to come from? We've got a lot of veterans on the back end, graduated some power on the front end. Did you think that you would be able to come in and have an immediate impact? And do you think you guys would be able to put up 5 goals on opening night?
I mean, opening night, it went better than anyone could ever, dreamt of. 5 goals is something that, we've been working towards the preseason. And again, yes, we've graduated some power on the front line. But, during preseason, we've had talent in every aspect on our team. So I don't think that was going to be a problem from the start. We've had a very hard preseason, and we've all been working to, put up those 5 goals that we did yesterday. And for me, it was more of like, I want to go to a school and I wanted to make an immediate impact. And I did that last night.
And obviously you're from the South, and you played in the South last year. Different type of heat, more of a humidity. What have you learned about adjusting to this desert, the desert heat that we have out here?
It's no joke. I'll tell you that. It's no joke. I've grown up in the South. I'm from Georgia. So the humidity is something I'm very much used to. But I think the dry heat is different. The sun is pretty much pounding on you. But, you get used to it. We reported in July, the beginning of July. So we've had time to acclimate and get ready for this upcoming season.
Aurora Gaines is our guest, sophomore forward for the Arizona Wildcats women's soccer team. 5-0 win on opening night over UNLV. Aurora had the first 2 goals in the first half. How did those 2 opportunities come together for you?
I probably give credit to my teammates on that first goal. I got the assist was from Sammy Baytosh.
Yep.
She found me, hit the pocket. I saw a little pocket. Sammy looked up, immediately found me, played a great pass towards me, turned, and saw I was almost 1v1 with the defender. So I'm going to take that every day as a forward. Did that and hit the shot. And then the second goal, Rose Calkin, she did most of the work. 1v1 against her matchup on the outside, and I sent an amazing pass across the front of the 6 towards me, and all I had to do was slot it in.
Aurora Gaines is our guest. Now, Aurora, you had an opportunity to place on the international level this past summer at CONCACAF U20 Championships for Puerto Rico. What's your connection? Were you born there? Parents, I would imagine, are from there. What's the connection that allowed you to play for Puerto Rico?
My mom, she's Puerto Rican. She lived there until she was around 6 or 7, moved to New York and spent a lot of her time in New York. And then eventually moved down south with my dad. But that experience was amazing. I'm actually extremely grateful because one of my coaches, which is goalkeeper coach on the University of Arizona soccer team, his name is Nat. Coach Nat, he was my head coach for the U20s for the World Cup qualifiers. So I was able to go there and experience something that, people dream of as a kid while experiencing that with one of my coaches. So it was definitely an unforgettable experience.
That was Aurora Gaines, sophomore forward for your Arizona women's soccer team. Scored 2 goals in the first game of the season, a 5-0 win over the UNLV Rebels. That is your Desert Diamond Casino replay. It is brought to you by Desert Diamond Casino Sportsbook. It is Arizona's best bet. 520-848-1290. Final chance for you to get in on the program today as we begin to wrap things up. We'll be back with you on Monday for a full bank of shows. Looking forward to that. Anything exciting on the JW Madden docket for the weekend?
We're going to watch the new Aliens show.
Ooh.
Watched a couple episodes. Yeah, Paige is like a week and a half into school. You know what I mean? So, like, our house, DK, is less energy to take a trip around the country and more energy of taking naps on the couch. I think that's where she's at. And when she's in I want to take a nap on the couch mood, it's I don't want to take Maxwell and myself up to the mountains or whatever. But we'll see. I like to be spontaneous. So I don't have concrete plans to do anything crazy, but that doesn't mean we won't.
There you go. There you go. Don't forget, you've got the red-blue game for Arizona Volleyball. That is tomorrow at 2 o'clock over at McHale Center. First opportunity to see that beautiful new floor I might just try to peek my head in there just to see the floor for sure.
If you get in there and you're allowed, you need to take one shot from the Cactus logo at least.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you.
no, I don't. That would be an air ball.
That's okay. Sure. Just go Rick Barry style. You could do whatever you need to get it at the rim.
Ooh, my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be trying to take shots.
Just
from
don't
the
tell
logo.
anybody in the building that used to be a USC basketball manager, and they won't have any expectations.
There you go. There you go. That'll be fun. That'll be fun for sure. It's again, I can't wait to see it in person because the pictures just probably don't do it justice to being able to see it with your own eyes.
That style's very cool. I mean, it's been cool for a long time now, but it's almost like an 8-bit style where there's that gradation, but it's very blocky. So bringing that back, I mean, it was super popular. It was like, I want to say early 90s to early 2000s is when they had that on the court, the Cactus logo. So it's certainly a nostalgic thing. And the new fans, you know, retro's a thing, DK. So you go find Cactus logo hats and T-shirts right now in the U of A bookstore. So putting that back on the court, new students love it. Old heads love it. Nobody's going to say, why the heck did you put the U of A Cactus logo back on the court? I'm sure there's far more people who are overjoyed than don't want to see it out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We didn't really get into this week, so maybe we'll talk about it a little bit next week. But one of the big pieces of news in the Big 12 this week was the huge donation by a billionaire alum at Kansas who is donating $300 million to the athletics department there. You said who's the richest guy that ever come out of the U of A?
I have to look it up again. Telecom guy.
Yeah, I mean, we need to find our $300 million guy here at the University of Arizona for sure. He's a graduate of Lawrence High School, so he grew up in Lawrence. His name is David Booth. He is an investor and founder of Dimensional Fund Advisors, has a net worth of $2.9 billion, according to Forbes. The school named the stadium after him in 2018. So he's a guy that has a boatload of money. $300 million he donated to that athletics.
According to the internet, which is never wrong, Ernest Garcia II.
Ernest Garcia II.
Yeah, Telecom, $20 billion net
Wow,
worth.
we need to go unearth.
The problem,
Ernest.
DK, is he lives currently in Tempe. So
hopefully he's not giving any of his money there. Thanks to Aurora Gaines for joining us. Thanks to Mackenzie Hamilton as well, broadcaster for the U of A for Dragon Ball, who was off today, cricket and Dragon Ball. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We will talk to you on Monday, 3 o'clock right here, DK on the Sports Tip. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Have a great weekend, everybody.
And from the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Irvington near Country Club crash there, also clearing a collision for Congress and Granada. And expect backups Ajo and Mission and potential for slowing Ajo and Keno in that area due to road work. Chance of showers into the evening, 77, the low 96 tomorrow with a chance of rain as well, 91 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains August 15th through the 18th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your home for U of A football.
Nobody will catch him. Touchdown, Arizona.
Men's basketball.
midcourt. Shot is up. Good.
And baseball.
Here comes the winning run. And the Cats have won it.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no. How bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Kohl's Back to School sale is here with deals on looks your kids will love all year. Because even though they're sad summer is ending, let's be real. Some of us are ready. It's time to trade the all-day PJs and always damp swimsuits for styles that'll keep up and hold up, so your kids will be ready too. Shop Kohl's Back to School sale and bring on the new year. Select styles, prices good through August 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The countdown to Arizona football is on.
Fires the pass towards the back corner. Touchdown, Arizona.
It was Hunter.
Yeah, Chris Hunter.
When Chris Hunter and the Cats take the field on August 30th, you'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
All right, she's inside. Are you good?
Yeah. It's just, she's my baby girl, you know?
I do, and ceramic coating was a good choice.
She's beautiful.
Yep, I know.
Recon Auto Detailing. Enhance or restore your baby to her former glory with paint recondition, ceramic coating, paint protection, tinting, and more for full protection of your vehicle inside and out. New cars, old cars, we love them all. Recon Auto Detailing, 3829 North Oracle Road, Tucson. ReconDetail.com.
The best place to get all the news and highlights of your Arizona Wildcats.
Steps left, fires a three, drains a three. Their biggest lead of the game.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief.
It is the JR Sport Brief show here on the Infinity Sports Network. I'm coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you to everybody tuned in, locked in all over North America. Happy Friday to